things. Where did I put it? I have discovered um, that we could simplify all of that bookkeeping we were thinking of doing about the ship. You can essentially count a ship that you own as your lodging, and you can essentially abstract all maintenance, docking, astrogation charts, like all the normal things you'd have to nickel and dime you for as just a 2,000 credits per month upkeep.
Yeah, I
No.
suggested that a while back.
Okay, I didn't. I remember you doing that. I just wanted to
That's
bring
why
that up because I wasn't sure if we knew about that yet.
that's why why we created a ship share for just for upkeep.
Yeah.
So
I
each estimates 2,000 credits a month.
Well, no, you
No,
only
part
need
of it.
2,000 total a month.
Yeah, part of the we now have a 6 share system. 2 of those shares go to ship upgrades and ship upkeep.
Okay.
Instead of everything being split by 4, everything gets split by 6.
And the second bit of bookkeeping is prices for goods is kind of bonkers. As we discovered when I was looking up how much Bacta is worth as a point of reference. And essentially, once you get to the ton range, just simple Bacta that's 100 a ton gets to be like a 500,000 per like 5 ton of like, hey, we're gonna sell this off.
Jesus.
um, Even trying to reduce that, like the lowest I could get was it was like a couple 100,000 if I reduced the selling price below 100. So, I have two options here. Either we keep it as is, and I'm just gonna make the Colta you have not worth 100, so that you only get a couple 100,000 for selling it. Or buying things in bulk is cheaper than just buying it by the kilogram, which
That
is normally
makes
how
sense.
things work. Right.
That is normally how things work. So
And because I don't think we'll get back to doing today. If we do, I'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, if you want to go with it's a different price scaling if we're dealing in like bulk ton purchases, that I can work something out that's somewhere
I'd
in
be
a
a
happy
dick
middle.
if I didn't mention this. I don't think we were supposed to pick up Calto. I thought we were only sit there to negotiate, and then they were going to pick it up.
And then bring back what you could.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
And essentially the rebellion would buy it off of you for the finder's fee price, and then make sure the actual rest of the
Which
money got
means-
over to Banan.
Which means we should not be getting anywhere near.
For the 50 tons, but the 5 tons are purely yours as a gift from
Alright.
separate from your deal with the rebels. So you have 5 tons that are yours to sell wherever you want at whatever price you can negotiate.
we get to drink that.
Yes.
Yeah, or you
that's
can
our
just keep
that's our
drinking.
new bathwater.
Keep yourselves from getting bored, so you'll live forever. So yeah, that's just a little something there to float out there. I don't mind either way if you guys just want to make fuck tons of money off of these like 5-ton cargo runs, but
yes.
Yes.
I don't think we're going to get an option to do this again. So for this one time, I have no problem with it. But most other cargo runs are essentially they've paid for it, we pick it up, and
okay.
Deliver and get
So,
paid.
For this particular instance, we'll go with everything working as written, and then we'll revisit
because
it
we're
later.
also getting a percentage of the guns. That's essentially how they were going to pay us up this time before everything was set up. So I think
Right.
it's okay this time. But next time we go back, we're never getting this deal again. It's going to be, oh, you're picking up something already paid for. Your finder's fee is 20K or
Yeah.
something.
Okay, all right. That
everyone
was
okay? Is
that was
everybody
all.
okay with that?
That's most likely what's going to be.
Alright.
Lux, you had some reservations, didn't you?
I'm fine with whatever the party chooses.
All right.
This is the
If
one
it
time.
gets to be too much money for whatever reason, we can revisit that when it comes here. I don't think it should be an issue, considering how bonkers expensive equipment for the ship can get.
Look, if we somehow end up with a couple dozen million credits, we just need to buy ourselves a Venerator class Star Destroyer.
I don't think those have a price.
So they,
Yeah,
do,
certain ships-
Skills are restricted, so they don't get a
they-
price.
they do have black market prices in the game.
Yeah, it's like 15 million, I think.
Yeah, certain ships do not have a price because you cannot buy them, and I love that.
I mean, a Federator, I guess, could be swap up at the black market. That's old Clone Wars tech. All right, so that's out of the way. Kiri, you missed an entire session of killing droids, basically.
Shame.
And a potential new body for me.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. So we killed off the rest of the droids. You got your shit rocked by a crit pretty early on, so you kind of hung back most of the fight. After that, you had a few heroic moments before we realized that I was using your guns wrong.
I have what we
Bad.
looted here for Kiri to know. We got 3 light energy shields.
We're getting to that.
Oh.
We also finished up our deal with the Banon Resistance. You guys have 50 tons of cargo that you're delivering to the rebels as part of the initial thing you came here to do, and then sort of as a thank you for getting the place back, and also finding 2 of the droids responsible for maintaining the facility and keeping them intact. You also got an additional kind of 5 tons of do whatever you want with Kolto. Hence the question on how we want to sell these. Which I'm going to bring us to the Cloudburst map, because I believe, yeah, you'll see some of our loot here in the ship.
Yeah.
Which,
We-
yeah, go ahead.
We've gotten 3 war droids. What is it called? The era that they were from, the Knights of the Republic era.
Old Republic.
Old Republic era. They're gonna sell for about 5 to 20K each, depending on our negotiation skills. They
Damn.
need fixing.
With that, we could probably buy the necessary equipment to upgrade the B1 and B2.
We'll
and
get to that in a second.
we also got 3 light energy shields, but they need to be fixed before they're useful. That's the only significant loot we got from the place, besides a body for Red that Red should probably tell you about. Red, you want to take it away with your potential new body?
An HK.
Yeah.
Nice.
This boy here.
Not much to say about it.
What was it? HK20?
Yeah.
HK24 was apparently the reason the place went offline in the first place, as the party discovered. Got stuck down there, and he was in charge of essentially all the rogue security droids.
Damn.
The group managed to disable him without destroying him too badly, and there's a possibility that Red will be able to transfer into it, which has led us to the hilarious plan of kind of playing telephone with everyone's brain, all the droid brains, and kind of swapping them around so that we could turn in Red's old body for the bounty.
Nice.
We get on the Empire's good side, instantly become universe recognized bounty hunters, get a decent payday, and if we cut the rebels in on it, Red can get it done easier. And then the rebels know that we are essentially in good with the Empire for travel and stuff. Makes our jobs a lot easier.
Yes.
And
Less
for the
guns
record,
fleet,
since
the
we're going to
better.
go with since we're going with the potential big payday for the Kolto that you guys have as the gift Kolto, I have decided that Red's bounty will be $250,000. Well, credits. So yeah, that's a big credit.
I have a big bounty.
Because that puts Red at Galactic Most Wanted levels.
Which is why I'm my character and me personally am down for cutting in the rebellion, because they'll be able to have the droid engineers help us out. I don't want Red getting too fucked up doing this.
Yeah, I'd rather not. I'm already going to lose a level because of this.
What exactly does that mean for you outside? Wait, you just outright saying you just lose a level.
Yeah, he'll lose a level. He'll keep his mental stats, but he'll take the physical stats and equipment of the new droid body.
Which, after much chagrin, we realized is quite a bit better.
Yeah, and with all the money you're making between the bounty and this Kolto, frankly, you'll have more than enough money to re-upgrade the new body without having to strip the old upgrades out of Red's body to raise suspicion.
Good point.
So,
We're also going to pull. Oh, by the way, we forgot to mention this. We might pull a dick move, might not, by putting our one of our droids' brains in Red, and then we're going to put the HK brain in our battle droid. I believe was the idea.
No, because I completely destroyed the HK brain.
Did you? I thought you just wiped it.
no, we shelved it.
Yeah, we shelved it.
You wiped it and then
Oh,
shelved it.
that's right. I wiped it. That's right.
Yeah.
I just wiped it.
Yeah, no. It's
So
not
we
destroyed.
have a perfectly functioning blank slate heuristic droid processor currently sitting on a shelf. The HK unit currently has no brain, and essentially the plan was we're probably going to use the B1 because it's the stupidest droid to
Bye-bye,
put it
Roger.
into to put it to R2, and then put Red into HK, and then either put HK into the B1 or put the HK in the B2 and then put the B2 back in the B1. I don't know. That makes a big difference either way, frankly.
Yeah.
I
don't think so.
I get the feeling that the brain of the HK is much better than either the brain of the B1 or the B2.
They're just the same processor when they're wiped.
Yeah, at this point, it's a level 1 droid brain, so it's not much better than what they already have. So probably you could just get away with putting it in the B1 after its brain's been removed. That
And
way, the actual good droid of your two droids doesn't actually lose any levels or anything.
Yep.
And the hero droid is decent.
And
for
after all
traveling.
this talking, we took off. We were waiting a week for the medical stuff in case anybody wanted to do anything on the planet. Right? You hadn't got the medical suite installed yet?
Yeah, you were in the process of getting the upgrades you were getting here, which I believe was the medical suite. You already got the water plating before you left for the
I hope we did,
refinery.
or we're all drowned. And
yeah, you got that done before you went to the refinery. I believe you were all getting the medical suite now, while the cargo is being loaded. And unless anyone wanted to do something, just a week would pass. Otherwise, you have like a week worth of downtime to spend doing stuff on Manon.
good.
I can't think what else there would be to do on Manon. What would there be to do?
Well, you could
Go ahead.
enjoy the resort. You can try and do some shopping, or basic downtime things. Switch back to the Manon map for a bit. But yeah, just bear in mind that since Manon is mostly a resort planet at this point, there's not a whole lot of equipment that would necessarily be available here. Like, you're not really likely to find
Weapons and whatnot.
a weapon shop unless it's some like back room Selkath resistance run weapons dealer.
More or less what you'll find is like tourist trap stuff, grocery stores.
Yeah,
Restaurants,
maybe
stuff like
some low-level black market here and there, but mostly for like contraband luxuries more than anything else.
How much to buy a Selkath?
How much to buy it? You know, that is not a question I came prepared to answer today.
And the worst part is that's probably a legitimate question.
Where can we find the Selkath meat?
That was the follow-up. That is also a legitimate question, and I should have anticipated this in some capacity. I suppose it would depend on the age and health of the Selkath and what skills they have.
How much do we think the rebellion will pay for us bringing back slave soldiers?
I think they'll frown on that quite a lot.
We rescued these slaves.
At best, you can maybe ask for a partial or full reimbursement for their liberation, but that's about it.
Well.
Bullshit, can't make a decent living these days.
It's the kind of shit like this that makes a man turn empire. Or not. Let's go see if anyone on Arsenal wants us. Okay.
Well, I don't think I'm getting grenades or the energy shields repaired here, so I'm just gonna.
Probably not.
So I'm kind of just ready. I'm voting for let's just advance till we leave.
I guess it could just be like small stuff of like just going out occasionally, enjoying the day, and that's about it.
All right. If no one had any random
Burning desires.
shopping or role playing they wanted to do, let's go
Nope.
to the galaxy map. Doop, 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 doop. All right, I need to find. Did I just leave a random thing on the map, or is that? Okay, no,
That's
that's their
where
base.
we were.
That's the other base. Okay, I forgot that it had bases. All right, and go over here and actually
Is there a
swap.
reason our old ship is sitting at Tatooine?
I haven't been bothered to drop a new thing down for it, which I'm about to do now.
Yeah, I don't think our ship is that big.
All right, and Ord Mantell was right down here.
Yep.
And you guys are at the red X I lost sight of down there.
Yep, right here.
So yeah, I'd say that's. It took you what, a week and change to get here from Dantooine, so probably about just a week then to get to Ord Mantell.
We
So you had a week of
have
downtime on Manon, and you have another week of downtime on the way to Ord Mantell. If anyone wanted to do anything on the ship, but I'm guessing probably not. Otherwise, you would have just done it in the last bit of downtime.
unfortunately there's nothing really to do right now.
All right.
Wait, I'm gonna take one of the light energy shields to Red. R2, do you think you could try and fix this? Hand him the light energy shield.
All right, I will make an attempt to. What is that? We're
Probably
mechanics.
mechanics.
Yeah, I'd say that's a mechanics.
That or technology.
17. I rolled low. Rolled a fucking 2.
I just realized Red's Flux's image has changed.
I'd say fussing about with it with a 17, you'd get whatever a quarter charge would be for that. Which let's see, the energy shields are in the KOTOR book, if I remember right.
I would assume since that's the era it comes
Yes,
from.
they are in the KOTOR book.
Well, that represents an hour's worth of work. So, I'll make another check too. While I'm at it. Get over there. Wow, I'm rolling really low. That's a little better. I rolled a fucking 4.
Let's see here.
There.
Where are the shields?
All right, after 4 hours, I get a 30. That should be enough to fix a significant amount of it.
Oh, they are energy shields.
Okay, that's interesting. So I didn't realize this when I gave them as loot. Energy shields aren't based on whether they're light, medium, or heavy. It's based on how much they cost.
Oh, so you need to tell us what the shield rank, what's the shield ranking of this one? Because I'm looking at it
Yeah,
now.
I'm gonna say. I went with a 4th. I'm gonna say ranking 10.
Not bad.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Essentially, the way they work is as long as you're wearing them and you have the appropriate armor proficiency, they will function essentially the same way as starship shields.
Oh, okay.
So something has to get over. Actually, I guess that would make. How much damage is being done right now? Yeah, no, 10 should be fine. Yeah, if you still lose, you get a -5 penalty to reflex defense and such if you're not proficient in light armor. While you wear them.
Yeah,
So
but
they're only useful to anyone who's actually proficient in light armor.
that first hit in combat, if you get, it'll deduct 10 points of damage. So yeah, I'm gonna bring you the other two and see if you can fix those. Then and I think the
Seeing as we got a week of downtime, I'm just gonna take a 20
Yeah.
on fixing everything, which would be
With the age of these, I'm going to require you to roll, and I'm going to also state that if at any point you roll a 15 or lower, the shield breaks.
impossible.
You can't roll a 15.
My lowest rolling a 1.
16. Okay, yeah, no,
is a
I guess
16.
I guess even rolling. All right, then I guess you just fix them at the end of the week.
Right. I gotta take a look. I don't remember if Jedi's are trained.
I already said that first 17 was okay, so I can't really raise it to 20 yet. Not being a douche.
Or classes.
Yeah, my
my
mechanics is awesome.
I'm gonna take one to Gil. I'm gonna take one to Jen, and our two fix these. They don't do a lot, but it's better than nothing.
Okay, what exactly is it that they grant us?
You can give mine to Jin.
It's a shield rating essentially.
It does give you a dex penalty and an armor penalty.
Provided that you're not proficient with light. Yeah.
No, it gives it overall. Regardless, you're still going to take the armor penalty.
So even if you don't turn it on?
Really? Looking here, character with an active personal shield without the relevant armor proficiency takes -5 penalties.
And then later on, regardless of whether or not the character is proficient, the character always takes the armor check penalty associated with the energy shield while it is active.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. That's
In addition, each type of energy shield imposes its max dex bonus when it's activated.
What is the max dex bonus?
It's going to be 4 for these.
Okay, so that brings me down by 1.
Yeah. You can only use these probably about 5 times. Once per encounter.
Yeah. All right. Any other fixings or things you wanted to do?
No, if
Let's see if my notes
if
are
Carrie's
right.
gonna use his and God damn it, Gil's not. I'll just throw it on the pile of things to eventually sell because I'm not gonna use mine. Unfortunately, I don't think our droid friend can use this. Can you?
I think we
Technically,
can?
no. I don't
Wait,
believe
Heck
you
Yeah,
can.
no.
Oh yeah, it's required specific droid-based ones, I think.
Yeah, you'd have to get droid shields, which I believe is a
Yes.
separate thing if they even exist.
They do exist, and it is a separate thing. Yeah. And they're kind of hard to get, if I remember right. I think they're restricted.
Yeah. All right, that's going to bring us to our new Ord Mantell map.
Just for the record, Kira, you're keeping one and you're going to use it?
I keep it in my inventory, and I'll use it. Just gotta look
All
up
right,
exactly
I'm
its
gonna-
stats.
I'm going to throw 2.
What exactly
the,
are they called?
Light
shield
energy shield.
ranking 10 light energy shield. Essentially, it's a light energy shield with a shield ranking 10.
And the way shield breaking works is anything that this impacts with damage less than 10 doesn't do anything, but anything above it's reduced by 10.
Yeah, it gets reduced, and then you lower the rank rating by 5.
So the first time you get hit with damage more than 10, the shield ranking goes down to 5. The second time, it's gone.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I gotta fix them again.
Yeah. Well, no, at that point they're spent.
Yeah, they're destroyed.
They're
Oh,
designed to
okay.
be disposable. The only reason you're able to fix the ones you have is because essentially they just got old.
I mean, no, they
Okay.
have 5 charges. You could use them 5 times.
Oh, okay. That's just in the encounter itself. Okay. Misunderstood that.
Yeah, like essentially once it's dissipated, it's lost its energy for the encounter. Next encounter, you can use it again.
Yeah. So essentially, you get 2 hits reduced before it
I
dies.
mean, you could
If
get
they-
all hits reduced if they don't go to.
yeah, as long as they don't roll well. But if you're getting hit with big hits,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
And-
So you arrive at Ord Mantell. Well, specifically Ord Mantell space. You get your generic
Also,
sort of imperial greeting on the automated planetary system as you come in. And does anyone want to see if they know anything about this planet?
Yes, I
Grr.
do.
I'm sorry, Flux. You were gonna say something?
Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one.
Yeah. Yeah, as Flux is pointing out, they only work for energy damage. So
Yeah, that would
if
be
someone,
that would
someone
be a
comes at
particle
you with a
shield.
sword, it's not going to help.
Yeah, that would be a particle shield that you'd need.
Okay. Surprisingly, Mirani and Gil know the least amount about the planet known for smuggling. While
Fuck that.
Neotag and R2 know the most.
fuck that. I'm rerolling.
Fuck that! Destiny makes me reroll.
You know,
There we go.
the smuggler should know more than me.
I actually was going to give Gil a +5, but yeah,
Yeah, I was going to say circumstantial bonus.
just so you can get over a 15, but yeah. All right, so most of you, except for Mirani, know that Ord Mantell is a Imperial world really only on paper. It is the capital of this sector. The Empire maintains a fairly strong presence in the main central capital, which is located on the only really inhabited plateau on the planet. There are a few other smaller plateaus with smaller settlements, but they're mostly sort of off the book settlements. There's a monorail system running from the main settlement on the largest plateau to the various sort of smaller settlements along the plateau. Off the plateaus, the planet's mostly uninhabited except for the local Mantell and Savrips, which are semi-intelligent local species. Along the planet.
Semi-intelligent, but got guns. I like the way they look.
Yeah, Savrips are kind of like on the same level as
Wookiees?
Gamorreans.
yeah, more like Gamorreans.
Okay.
They're smarter than an animal, but they're not quite as smart as your average bookkeeper. But yeah, so they live off the plateaus. Most of the planet is kind of just at this point just a giant junk pile after years of just people dumping their various types of space trash here, from old ships to military hardware and such. And there's a handful of factories across the planet that still produce goods. One of which is one which you are going to be landing at, where you are meeting this gentleman here in the corner eventually.
Before we land, is there any sort of communication system we can use from the ship to just let them know we're here?
Yeah, so to go a bit more into how this works, because I kind of looked up to make sure that I actually had this right for future reference. Essentially, every planet has two things that ships that come into the system get access to. One's basically an automated thing that just kind of broadcasts a generic hello and kind of advises of travel advisory warnings like, oh, no, there's a blockade in the fifth planet, or hey, meteor storm happening, this is where it is, avoid it, things like that. There's also just a general, usually like a planetary communications network that any ship can attach into that essentially allows them to access the full planet's own communications network. That's how you talk to things like the docks, specific people once you get there, things like that. Happen to the local phone line once you're in system.
Yeah, my idea is before we pick a dock, maybe we find out where he might want us to dock. Make it easier on this slightly legal, slightly not legal weapon shipment.
And for the record, put my tablet back up here. Oh, shut up. I don't care about Apple Pay. Stop reminding me Apple Pay needs to be set up.
Fuck your Apple Pay.
You know that the name of the man the factory owner you're meeting here is Jim Jall.
Do we want to
Jim
send a
Jall.
message? Do we want to send a message to our contact? See if he has a location he wants us to land.
I will send a message asking, is there any specific place he wants us to land?
Just gonna. Okay. Just to make sure I understand exactly what you're trying to do here, you're going to cold call the owner of a factory.
What is our okay?
What's
What
the
are,
factory
how
name?
are we supposed to contact this guy?
Okay, yeah. As fuck that, Jaws Armaments is the factory in the company. Your essentially contact information you were given was to essentially contact the shipping department and basically drop Vorn's name and say Vorn sent us to pick up his shipment, and then they give you directions from there.
Okay.
And we'll do that.
Yes, we shall do that.
Okay, you do so. A kind of gruff-sounding individual acknowledges your message. It gives you coordinates to land near one of the monorail systems on one of the outlying settlements.
No, okay.
Neotag, is there a reason why you're echoing?
I'm echoing.
Yes.
First time hearing of it.
Anytime
Anybody else hear
Sovik,
me echo?
anytime Sovik speaks, you light up.
I'm not hearing any echo.
I mean, I sometimes hear it softly, but honestly, I've just tuned it out.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't know if I'm echoing or not.
It's kind of weird. Usually, it's Flux that's echoing himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll figure it out later. Sorry.
That's right.
Okay.
All right, and so I'm just going to assume
So
that
is this like
y'all land
as
where you're
we
told.
as we're flying? Is this like in the middle of nowhere or something?
Well, no, it's basically 'cause, like, there really aren't any good pictures of it. This kind of top picture here is basically the main settle. Is basically kind of how the main settlement looks. It's this kind of big sprawling circular area, and then there's these monorails that kind of run out through it, and also out to outlying smaller settlements. Essentially, you're landing at one of the smaller settlements.
Oh, okay.
There's just when you get closer enough to see, there's essentially a spaceport, like almost right next to the monorail, as if that the monorail is able to take cargo to and from the spaceport.
Okay.
And that's where you find yourselves once you've landed. Is at the spaceport. Going to assume you're all just going to disembark unless you have any planning or talking you want to do beforehand.
Um.
Um,
So what are we expecting here? Last time was. This time we're supposed to just pick up, but. I wasn't
Well, at least from what you could see when you land, there were people already at the docking bay as you were landing.
Okay.
One of which was this sort of better dressed individual with the little head attached cybernetic thing, like that guy Cloud said he had.
yep.
Well, I think.
The space age headphones looking shit.
I think those were supposed to enhance brain power or something.
Yeah, no, that's a whole cybernetic inside the brain.
Yeah, I know. I'm just being silly because they look like headphones.
I think. Gil, you seem to be our best talker. You want to take the lead here?
I plan to.
All right.
All right, everyone ready to disembark and
Yep.
meet your welcoming party?
Yep.
Just for the record, during those 2 weeks, I was covering up the Calto with the tarp I bought.
Fair enough.
And I'm obviously not wearing the nice suit. I'm going in like my regular clothing and armor.
And I was hiding the HK unit.
You dumped black paint on you. Now you look like an Imperial droid again. No!
All right, you disembark. Some of the workers seem to already be sort of trying to get some stuff kind of set up to begin loading already. And then the sort of the well-dressed gentleman kind of comes forward and is like, "Well, hello, Jim Jaw Armaments. I take it that you're my contacts with my friend Vorn."
Yes, I'm here to pick up your shipment of weapons and drop them off in the sun and disposed of.
All right, that sounds all right. I was wondering though if you might be willing, since it's going to take a while, to help me with a little problem I have on my end that might have mutual benefits to our friend Vorn.
Depends on the problem.
Well, you see, a friend of mine was supposed to acquire some information from one of them new walkers that the Empire is working on. They've been testing them out here, working out some of the technical difficulties. Unfortunately, uh, his particular ride, shall we call it, ran into some technical difficulties and was left out in the plateau. Now, there's not a big window here, but there should be a small window before other, let's call them interested parties, come down to recover their property. During which time that you'd have an opportunity to go in and reacquire it for me.
Is there anything you could tell us about this walker?
Yeah, it kind of glances around real quick when you say that and says, "All I can tell you is that it seemed to have had some issues with its mobility and crashed in place. To my knowledge, everyone on board died in the accident, but that's kind of where our window comes from. I was in contact with my contact at the time, and when it cut out, that kind of gave me advance warning that there was an issue. Um, Poor lad didn't make it very far, though. He was supposed to be back by now. I suspect the locals got him. Uh, but that does mean that I'm aware of this before the Walker's owner, which is where our small window comes in.
Are we talking camel or chicken?
We're talking camel, my boy.
Okay.
Well, we have a
interested
speeder.
to drive one.
Nice.
We have a speeder. We can get out there pretty quick.
Yeah, we can.
I would appreciate it. This did only just happen yesterday. I suspect perhaps you might run into some of the advanced scouts, but individuals like yourselves seem well armed enough to deal with any sort of advanced search party
That and-
before any of the actual big boys show up.
But with that in mind, our speeder isn't armed. Do you think you can help us with that before we head out, real quick?
I suppose if you're doing me a good turn, I can do you one as well. What are you in the market for?
What are we thinking? I just thought what can Carrie use? Because Carrie's got to be the gunner on this one. Because essentially just slapping a weapon on the thing.
Let's see. My weapon proficiencies are. As soon as I find that section.
Fairly certain any weapon on a vehicle is considered a heavy weapon.
Yeah, once it's on the vehicle, it's considered heavy.
I could have sworn when I looked up the how he would get a weapon on this one is it's essentially you're putting it on a tripod. There's essentially a single spot that is
Yeah.
normally.
Yes,
Usually a
but
heavy weapon.
for the purpose of attacking with a ship's weapon, it's considered a heavy weapon for proficiencies.
You're not putting a blaster pistol on a tripod.
No, I
Yeah.
thought
Nope.
we were getting I was going to say a repeater blaster. Just
That's a heavy weapon.
Yeah,
I mean-
that's a heavy weapon.
I'm also going to point out we already have one if you just want to. Technically, Kiri has one of those.
Yes.
I don't know how to arm a speeder that's not already armed. Okay. And ours is essentially the grandma's shopping car speeder. But whatever Kiri can use then. I don't know.
That might be a problem. I don't have weapon proficiency heavy, so I'll be taking some penalties. But I could still do that.
Better to have something, even if it just looks intimidating. So
Yeah.
a repeater blaster would be nice, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically
so
building a mount for it.
There's a place on our speeder for a mount to put essentially a heavy blaster. Some sort of weapon. I looked this up earlier. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I kind of just wish you'd had an actual plan for that ahead of time, because that was just like, oh, okay.
You know, I forgot to ask Carrie earlier because Carrie hasn't been around that much. I was going to ask him. I apologize.
Yeah, I don't believe there's any special things for mounting it. You just kind of do it. If you
yeah,
have
on
the
ours,
weapon.
there's just a slot to put one. That's all.
Yeah, and I'm just going to assume that we already have, since Kiri already has the blaster, you just need
A mount.
to mount it on.
Yeah.
So,
This also will do well. You could take the mount off, Carrie, and start using your heavy weapon later.
yeah, but you have to set up and tear down.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just need to set up a tripod.
Fair enough. Well,
It's
Yeah,
basically
since you already have everything to avoid the weird social faux pas of being like, let's put a blaster on here. You know, you already have everything to do that. Oh, never mind. You want to just rewind that a little?
I thought the vehicle one you had to get it specially mounted or something.
I don't believe so.
I don't recall seeing anything about that specifically.
That'd be in Facebook probably.
Just give me 1 second. It was
Vehicles.
Clone Wars, I believe, where this vehicle is. No, it's not Clone Wars. It's
I think it's the core.
no, it's not Core. I know that much. Ours isn't in Core. Oh, right. I know. Fuck you. There you are.
No, fuck you.
It's vehicles as starships. Yeah, what was it?
I think it was a No, not Galaxy at War.
Because it's the same book that has the one I want to buy when we eventually get payday. And that one talks about the rebellion era. So
Force Unleashed probably.
yeah. Yeah, there it is. The V-35 Courier. The Arrow is the one I want to get. The V. In addition to be durable, carbon private speeder, and then though it lacks armor. Though no normally bothers, it is possible to mount a small weapon turret on the vehicle's roof tied to a scanner scope. Oh, so it's possible to essentially give the pilot a gun. It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to give the pilot a gun on our speeder then. So yeah, it would need to be fitted.
Yeah, okay. I'll say that it needs to be fitted and wired and stuff. And
Yeah, it's tied to the scanner scope, so essentially it's tied to the pilot system. So the pilot gets a gun.
yeah, you essentially just get a little roof turret that gets controlled from the cockpit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. He'll be more than happy to get that set up for you. That should only take like an hour or so.
Right. Get that set up. We get some sort of offense while we're in the speeder, and then I think we're all agreed to take off.
Yeah, I get to
Flux-
ride in a bag.
Flux,
Yep.
Flux did step off for a second, so we'll just wait for him to get back.
We could do a little bit. When we come back, weren't we supposed to negotiate some weapons being fitted to our ship? Here?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can get to that too. Once
So this place is known for with my 20, would I know if like we could try and offload our Calto here?
yes.
I imagine that there's enough
That
workplace
that is just a
accidents.
straight yes. This place is Nar Shaddaa Light.
Oh, okay.
This is basically part way between Tatooine and Nar Shaddaa with a
With a lack of huts.
ostensibly imperial coat of paint.
Because I'm expecting us to probably have to leave our speeder, so I was thinking we could sell our Calto and I could buy the replacement speeder I wanted to get here.
Mhm.
And that way we're not missing anything.
And that way,
I actually want to
by
grab
chance
some water, so we can go into this a little bit more once both me and Flux are
Just
back.
take a 5-minute break.
Yeah, 5 minute.
What was the speeder you were talking about?
I want with my partial with my side, I want to get the Arrow 23 land speeder, the one that comes equipped with weapons. It should cost 10k, almost
Okay,
11k.
And it looks like it's self-enclosed, so we don't. So if by chance
Yeah, no,
we ever have
it's
to go to
essentially-
Hoth,
It's essentially a flat upgrade from our current speeder.
so that way, if we ever have to go to Hoth, or God forbid another planet like Tatooine or Mustafar, we won't be freezing or boiling.
It's actually funny because the speeder I want to get, if we pay 10k more, we can get it fitted luxury style with like leather seats and all sorts of shit.
The Bluetooth headset, the satellite radio,
Yeah.
the
The
satellite
Banana
GPS,
Republic.
a nice coat of paint.
Flux, we
What did I
took a
miss?
5-minute break.
Oh, we took a break. Okay, sorry.
No problem. We figured out that we have to get a specially fitted weapon on the speeder.
Sorry about that. Family call.
No worries, dude.
Happens.
When Sovik comes back, we can either we can negotiate the weapons for the ship or something, or we can just take off and wait to do that when we come back. That's
And
what-
sell the Bacta too.
yeah. We were thinking of selling the Calto here and getting the replacement speeder because I think we're probably gonna have to leave our speeder here.
Why are we Why are we leaving our speeder and why are we selling the Colto on Ord Mintel?
Because we can get a payday paying it here.
Why not just sell it to the rebels? We know they have a need for it,
Fair enough.
and it's not a nominally an imperial planet. Which is a smuggling place. This is also an imperial planet still.
I asked Sovik and he said yes, we could totally sell it here, but fair enough.
Sounds good. Whatever.
No, if you have concerns, if Gil has
Why are we leaving the speeder? It shouldn't take that long.
we're taking the speeder out there, aren't we gonna probably have to drive this thing back?
Yeah, it's an AT. It's a camel. Doesn't need that many people.
Oh, I thought it was
Camel only needs 2.
Yeah, camel usually only has 2. So
Oh, okay.
both Kiri and I can pilot. I think Red also has pilot skills, maybe,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't think Red has the appendages to pilot without a port. So
That would be correct.
and Gil
Alright,
is going to insist on piloting the camel. So
Yeah.
if you guys want to have fun, you can ride with Gil, or you can ride with Mirani as she rides back in the fucking sidecar. As I take this Hummer for a ride, as I joyride this shit.
I will definitely be going in the walker.
And you
No
can-
amount of yeehawing shall commence. Okay.
It's gonna take
Right over here telling you you've yeed your last haw.
it's gonna take an hour to get essentially a pilot gun fitted to our
Ah.
speeder.
God damn it, Flux! That's exactly what I was referencing.
Nice if I can actually find the picture.
God damn! I was
Confirmed, so we cannot fit this on our ship, right?
Yeah, I mean, you cannot fit a full camel on your ship. No.
I wanted to see the
No,
face
we.
around
Oh,
it.
I have an answer to this. If we get a placement port fitted to our ship, we can have it fit to the outside and drop it off. Like,
I'm not sure the hyperspace casing's gonna fit around it.
yeah.
it's apparently actually how it's done. We could get it fit to our undercarriage, and then essentially we'll act like a drop pod for it if we really want to try and keep it. I believe
I really do find it funny that I'd say no yeehawing with it, and you fucking pull up the
See,
clip
where
of
is
them
it?
yeehawing it in tabletop chat.
Oh no, not that.
don't worry.
Emplacement point.
Look.
Okay, yeah, no, they were deployed through giant drop ships.
Yeah. Basically, like I said, we need something like a Venerator to carry an AT-AT.
And it's definitely not going to look cool as we fly around with it.
Yeah.
Well, that might get some eyes on us.
Yeah.
And it'd be a nice piece of equipment to have.
What do you
to
do with
sell.
that? We picked it up somewhere. We were going to just take it back to Lost and Found.
Yeah, I want to point out, because I didn't really mention it before, there are, lots of Imperial ships flying around this planet.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a smuggler's planet. This is also the home base of the Imperial fleet for the entire sector.
We could get fitted a hard point and equip it like a drop tank, but yeah, no, it probably would catch some eyes. They're called hard points.
Maybe bluff your way out if you explain somehow that you're on official Imperial business, but they're going to question why you're not using an actual Imperial transport.
No, hard points are
Yeah,
for
really.
weapon systems, dude.
No, it says you can use them like drop pods with tanks and things in the book.
Are you sure it doesn't mean fuel tanks?
Drop tanks. That's like dropping consumables and shit, dude.
Yeah.
It's like dropping down supplies.
Yeah, yeah, or like attaching to a turret container.
Yeah.
I know there was something that essentially said you can use to like put a tank on your ship.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
that's-
cargo kind.
Oh, okay.
Or a tractor beforehand.
The thing that holds liquid.
No. You're right. The cargo containers. I just found it. Yeah.
Yep.
Technically, we could get some, but that would make our ship weird to have cargo containers.
But that said, if you scrunched it up, you might be able to fit a chicken on board.
Yeah, I don't think we're
I think,
fitting
unfortunately,
any
that
AT
we'd
on
have
board.
to. We'd probably have to remove the head from the legs. Unfortunately.
I presume
I mean, that's actually how they transport it, is the legs and the head essentially fold up next to each other.
Yeah, I have to assume this shit is transported like jeeps during the war.
Yeah, they actually show it in Force Unleashed. Essentially, they have special drop pods for them, where it goes around the head, and essentially the head just kind of like lowers down between the legs, and then when it opens up, it just stands up. It stands up fully.
Yep. Well, we're getting a pilot gun, a repeater, essentially a blaster put on the thing, and then we were heading out unless anybody else has something.
Nope.
Sounds good.
Nope. We just got to pimp our speeder and then we'll head out.
Not looking forward to the ride in a bag.
Well,
Oh, don't
Alright.
worry. You're gonna enjoy it because you're gonna be riding the Ultra Humvee on the way back.
As
Humvee, you and Kira, you and Red are going in the courier.
as Neotag also mentioned, you will have to bring up yourselves about getting any of the weapon upgrades for the ship that you wanted.
Yeah, presumably we'll have a one-on-one discussion with Jaw after this. So.
All right, you go ahead and you head out through the plateau. And if there's no further ado, to go ahead and find yourselves that walker.
Avoid any of them sad rips. Give us some dirty looks.
All right, I gave you a general idea of where to find it. I'll just need a pilot check to see how long it takes you to get there from whoever's driving.
I thought Kira was driving, so Gil.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
we-
Gil's driving the camel. I'm driving the speeder.
We're not at the camel yet.
Unless we're just in the fucking speeder doing rock, paper, scissors.
I want to imagine we instantly
actually do
close
that.
it. I want to imagine we're putting red in the. We put red in the satchel. The rest of us get in, and then Gil and Jin just start rock paper scissoring for who gets to.
I'm driving that camel jet.
If there's any loose guns in there, give them to me.
Okay.
All right,
What?
get that pilot check.
Do it, Marani.
Jesus
All right, you get there.
Christ.
You get there pretty much as fast as you could possibly get there. You don't get lost at all. You definitely avoid any sort of unwanted attention, and you find a wrecked AT-AT on its side. Two of its feet have come off,
Huh.
and it's just kind of laying there amid some rocks that it seems to have tripped itself on.
It did say it fell.
What?
I peek out of the bag and go, "Oh, there's your problem."
What's he saying?
Yeah, he's saying, well, there's the problem.
Yeah, okay. R2, you got the equipment to fix this up?
Kinda.
It's
Do
a
I?
jury rig job to get us back.
I'm going to have
Selvek, am I
move
considered?
object this thing to where it get repaired, aren't I?
Hang on,
No.
I need to do something real quick.
I mean, I do have my battery of tools because I'm an astromech after all, but
I mean,
I want to make sure that's enough for before I attempt to do any repairs.
Okay.
Can I do a perception check around it?
A visual representation of what you find.
Can I
Let's
wanna
go
do a
take a
perception check as we come in there to see if there's anybody else around
Yeah, sure.
before we start getting out and making plans? 22.
Nothing seems to be around at the moment.
All right, I'll re-ask my question. Are my astromech tool appendages enough for the repairs?
If you could find a way to get the feet back in position.
Okay, then
I
I
can
answer.
like they're in.
Then I answer yes.
Okay.
I can fix it.
Bly, Jin, and R2. Bly, help the feet. R2 and Jin try to get that thing set up. I'll keep lookout.
Sure thing.
Just gonna, I guess, get on top of it, but get the highest point and just keep lookout.
I imagine these things were probably designed so that if they do land on their side, they could get back up.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull out my binoculars.
So, where the fuck is my cheat sheet? Come here, you. There it is. I must have closed it.
Okay. How much range do those binoculars like give you for your perception or whatever?
Give me a second. They're a shit ton. Why is it not pulling up my character sheet? Give me a second. I'm gonna reload the page.
While he's doing that,
What's
if you
the
want to
biggest
use
piece? What's the biggest piece?
the biggest piece would be the one that connects to the one that's broken off at like essentially the knee.
This piece or
Yeah.
this piece?
The first one that you
All right.
pinged.
All right, and how big is it?
Because I don't exactly off the top of my head how big that first joint part is on an AT, but I'm gonna say at least. Was it huge after large? Yeah, huge.
All right. I'm gonna use a use of force check then. Are we stressed for time, or can I take 10 on a use of force check?
I mean, you currently are not under any known duress, so
Can I take 10 on
I
this
don't
check?
think
I'm not
you-
sure
I
if
think
that's
you
a thing or not.
I don't think that's a thing with the force.
There's-
Okay, I found an image.
It doesn't say how far they are, so like it just reduces the perception checks by like 1 to 1/5 of what they were before.
Okay.
I found us a human AT-AT size comparison.
Give me a
Yeah.
No, sorry. I was mentally picturing Hoth in my head.
second. I gotta take a look at what skills you can take 10 with. If not, I'll roll, but there's a chance
You
I'd
can
have
take
to-
10 on a use the force. You can't take 20.
Okay. And with taking a 10, I can't fail to move a huge size. So I'm gonna move it into place.
And now the big question: how long can you maintain that?
See. You can maintain your concentration on the top object, continue move it from round to round. Maintaining move object is a standard action. So infinitely. As long as I'm not
Okay,
under
because
attack.
this is going to be an hours long repair job.
In fact, here's my first.
Then what you're gonna see Bly do is get close enough to where he can move everything in place, cross his legs, and essentially do the force thing where I just start moving it in place and
The Yoda levitate.
yeah, the Yoda
There's
levitate
first
where I'm
roll.
just kind of keeping it there in place.
All right,
Almost max.
R2 and Jin, if
Yes.
you two aren't necessary both at the same time, one of you guys go inside and check on them actually
Alright.
getting it up and running. We
Alright,
want to
I'll
get
get-
out here as quick as possible.
I'll get inside and see what I can find.
Okay. So
That's
while
the first hours of work.
so while Red's doing the first hour, if Flux wants to keep an eye out for anything coming during the first hour, that's going to be a perception check. We'll just let that perception check be for the full hour. Okay.
Ouch.
We'll get back to that.
That's never a good
That's
sign
not
when the DM says that.
And now we'll get back to Kiri, who's now spending the hour inside looking. You don't have mechanics, last I looked.
I do not.
Oh,
So it's going to be a perception check
I thought Marani did
No,
have.
Ferrari does not have mechanics, as I discovered last week.
He's got pilot, not mechanics. I'm the one who has both.
I thought. Do you have to use computer then, Ronnie?
Yeah, you had either mechanics or use computer. I remember.
Yeah.
I have used computer.
Oh, okay. Then why the fuck did in the future speak up when we're signing roles? If you're like, hey, I don't
didn't
know
what that was. I didn't know what our plan was. I thought you wanted me to like go inside, do a pilot check to see if I could turn the thing on.
No, we need to make sure it's up. It can like work and run.
Okay.
Can you do a use computer check to see if you can get the computer up
Could
and
I
running?
use the computer check?
Yeah, you can do a use computer to see if the systems are running and do a diagnostic.
19.
You can tell that the computer is running. It's definitely worse for wear, but all the electronics and systems seem to be operating. You're able to pull up a diagnostic, which tells you that there appears to be a number of unknown critical errors with the movement system.
Okay, I'm gonna relay that through the short-range communications.
Wonder why? I think we know why the movement system is hard.
Now that
I respond when he says that. Or when she responds that, I go, "No shit, I'm
Yeah,
working on it."
I'm gonna try and take a look in the system, like maybe see like if there was like some glitch or something, or if there was like a hack. Actually, could I even do that now that I think about it?
I'm gonna reply, Roger. Do what you can, Marani. If you're done with that, just do a scan of the inside. Make sure there's nothing in there.
Yeah, since we're going in the confines of an hour right now, I'll say you could do both a search for anything that might be wrong, like Flux said, or you can also do what you wanted to do and do a diagnostic check to see if there's anything else wrong with the legs besides them just being broken.
Okay, so I'd use computer and a perception check.
Yeah. You'll have just enough time to get both done before we
32.
catch up to current. All right, the use computer. There seems to be an issue with the actual software overseeing how the legs move, which is what kind of caused the issue. They were supposed to detect and compensate for the rock, and they didn't. So it unstabilized itself. And the perception check, you're able to find amid all the different containers and things. There seems to have been a data pad left near one of the bodies that are in the ship.
I grab the data pad.
And that brings us up to current, where I'm going to need a quick second perception check from Flux.
There we go.
Okay. You had your back turned one way a little too long, but you catch it as you turn back. There appears to be two small walkers and some kind of a speeder heading towards you that should be here within the next couple minutes.
We talking ATSTs?
Smaller.
Okay. Oh, just like walking people?
No, they're ATPTs.
Oh.
You don't really have a way of identifying that quite yet. Unless you do a check to see what they are.
I'd actually have to look that up and see what that is.
We got two walkers and a speeder. Should be here in a few minutes.
Okay. Where are they coming from?
Pipe up. What should I do? Should I put it down?
Yeah, put it down.
No,
Are they coming?
first, you should check to see if the person working on reattaching it is done reattaching.
The droid saying,
How close are you, R2?
R2 could finish it as within, I would say, about 3 minutes. So you'd have to spend about 10 rounds fixing it after they showed up and initiative would go in if you wanted to reattach it as quickly as possible. Otherwise, you'd have to stop work now.
How much damage would I do if I let it down right now?
At this point, if you let it go right now, I would be rolling a D100, and there's a 50-50 chance that the leg just shears back off.
Yeah,
This is probably
that's what I thought.
This is probably a no, but I can't turn the head in the direction of where they're coming from, can I?
No, they're coming from where the back end is.
could we put the speeder?
Essentially the opposite direction you came from.
How high up is it? Could we put the speeder under it to keep it supported?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Ronnie, get out here, pilot speeder over your leg.
Will do.
Your speeder may or may not do well with the weight after this, but yeah,
It will hold.
it'll hold.
It'll
All right.
hold, and that's all we need right now. This
Okay.
is more important.
That's
than
what I'm
speed.
doing. I'm going to go to the
Alright,
speeder.
here.
Yeah,
Alright,
that-
the
it
second
needs to be
mission-
braced, otherwise everything I've done has been for naught.
The second it's in the speeder in place, I'm going to try and gently let it go as much as possible once Kiri's out, and then I'm going to focus for a minute. And I don't know if you're going to allow this. Can I move object on one of the rocks to try and make like a little sandstorm around it to give us some cover?
Hang on, because we're dealing with
Time
multiple
right
things
now?
here. So you're basically like here, basically holding everything up, right?
Yes.
Right. So that would put, let's say, red here on the part that's connected to the rest of the AT-AT where it's more stable.
Yep.
And did I not grab? I thought I grabbed Marani.
Yeah, I'm down
Yeah,
here in the
it-
corner.
Okay. Since Marani would have to have jumped out and grabbed it, Marani is going to be here next to you. Essentially, the time it takes Marani to get out, get to the speeder, pilot it back, and put it down. Once you finish putting it down gently, is when everything's going to show up, and we're going to be in initiative.
Okay.
Well, we'll be using the legs of this walker as protection.
And I will, unfortunately, still be trying to fix this damn thing. Well,
Right.
do I have to make a mechanics check every turn now?
I wasn't going to make you do one every turn, but that actually, yeah, I think every turn you're going to have to make a mechanic check because you are focused on doing the repair.
Okay, that's
Um,
fine.
And
I
you're-
seriously,
if you get shot at on any given turn, you'll take a penalty that turn, based on whether
and that's the only time I can fail.
For the record, I still have on my nice robes, so I don't look like some. I never took off
Like a mercenary.
Yeah, I don't look like a merc. I look like something else. I'm gonna walk up with Gil, and I'm gonna. For the record, while we're talking, I'm going to prep Mind Trick. I'm not gonna use it though.
Okay, just gonna get the turn order thing up. Should we need it? Why would you not let me select you? Oh, 'cause I'm not. Still in the GM layer. Why can't I click these things? I moved out of the GM layer while I'm in the GM layer.
Yeah, really. All
You
right,
want us
let's
to
see.
go ahead and roll.
I'm just gonna quickly just add turns for all these for when I need them. Come on, why do you have to be cut off? I swear, Roll20, you are the worst thing in the world sometimes.
You know, it's better than
Map tools, yeah, no,
the-
a million times.
I've never used map tools, so I'll just take your word on it.
it's bad.
The only other system I have any experiences with was D20 Pro, and basically we gave up on the first session on that and had to transport the entire thing to Pathfinder.
Put
Talon's
it
game.
this way. Map tools is Java, but you have to direct connect to IP addresses in order to do anything.
So if you could give me a quick rundown of what Jaws claim to this walker was.
He had essentially somebody who was on board as a technician who was getting the technical specs from the run.
Was I able to get to Gil with enough time before they showed up, or am I still down here?
Yeah, I'm gonna say if you want to run up to Gil, as long as you're not actively being hostile yet.
No, not actively being hostile.
We're not technically in turn order as of right now. But yeah, while you do whatever it is you're gonna do, I'm gonna just kind of pull up their sheets and start rolling them into the initiative, so we'll have that all ready to go if we need it.
Why are you here?
Valid question,
case.
actually.
Thought we were gonna try and talk them into.
Yes, we are.
I trust.
How does it
Gil.
look with an alien? You're a laborer.
Fine.
Sounds good.
I'll walk back.
Check the other legs.
Right.
I'm gonna say sounds good. Check the other legs. I'm actually gonna point him to an area
All right.
nearby, but not, you know,
I'll be right over there then.
not standing shoulder to shoulder with me.
Fair enough. Still in range. I still am.
Gil's changed posture, full straight back, full Imperial look.
All right, just hang on. Just gonna type that. Boom. Select move. All right. Since you're not doing anything, this guy is gonna move forward here, with his two guys.
Greetings.
He looks up at you. What are you doing with Imperial property?
We got word from Jal Armaments that this walker went down. We're going up here to repair it.
He looks at you a moment, and then kind of looks over the walker, and he says, "Interesting that this Jal knew of this accident before we did. We only just learned of this within the hour. How did you come to learn that this walker was already downed?"
I believe Jal overheard it from one of the technicians.
Yeah, thinks about that for a moment, and then says, "Very well. I'll ask you now to vacate the premise so that we can secure this area for our own repair teams. Your services are no longer required here."
Very well.
Do I hear any of this?
Yes.
No,
I start.
They are essentially shouting from the top and bottom of a walker. It's not that hard to miss.
I'm gonna shout down.
I start beeping. We're not finished attaching this yet.
All right. I'm gonna.
Speaking of the comms, one more. What's the droid saying?
He's saying that we're not yet done attaching the leg. We just need a little bit
If
more
it
time.
wouldn't be too much, we've already got a leg almost fully attached. If we stop now, the thing's gonna shear right back off. You're welcome to take over once we're done, but it'll save you some time.
Yeah, he thinks a moment, and then says, "Very well, but once the work is done, get in your vehicle and leave."
All right.
And
For the Empire.
he signals for the walkers to take up positions. And around the time he does that is when you finish, Red.
Yay!
You now
I'm gonna-
have 3 out of 4 legs, although one of them's only technically missing the foot.
I'm going
Oh,
to.
I thought they were all. Wait. Okay, so that's one foot. That was one that was disconnected. Could you move the walker? Could you move the speeder for a moment?
That
Okay, I see. All right.
Yeah. Here's a foot. Here's a foot.
Yeah, I recognize those two. I didn't immediately notice like that this one was like damaged and that one.
Yeah.
Come on. Our services are no longer needed.
Alrighty then.
I'm gonna hop down and get in the speeder.
we actually once we're in the
Yes,
speeder,
sir.
put the R2 and. We actually leaving?
What's your plan?
Okay.
Blow up a shit ton of walkers. We're not getting this thing back without Red Alerts at that point.
Unfortunately, no. However, inside the walker, I did find this data slate that was on one of the bodies. That might contain some.
I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. On one of the bodies, I found this data slate. I didn't quite get a chance to look over it. That's when you called and said that you saw somebody's coming. Now that we have a moment, can we at least take a look at the data slate as I, start turning it on? Make it seem like I'm going through like the.
You don't
pre-fight
really have
checklist.
anywhere to plug it in.
I happen to have a
You're
weapons.
in a
charger on
car.
it.
The car doesn't have a fucking laptop,
I have
thought
a
data
power
slates were like
recharger pack. I happen
I
to have
thought
a power
data
recharger
slates were like
button.
tablets.
Oh no, data set was the wrong thing. This was more like the thing Leia had the Death Star plans on.
Oh, basically one of those things. Okay,
Does
sorry.
R2 have a port for it?
All right, I'm gonna get us started.
Wait,
Actually, R2 probably would have a port for that.
Before we
What,
start playing, let's get some
on
distance.
what is that
start
considered?
driving away slowly, not too fast. In case we
Yep,
have to.
we're not in too
Yeah,
fast.
well,
Too furious.
For playing it, I would just say it's a use computer check to.
No, I mean device-wise, what even plays that on an RT unit?
I
It's
don't,
usually the hologram player, at least for R2.
Yeah, I don't have a hologram player.
I don't know if that's a separate component. Though,
I mean, either way, you would probably know what the contents are, so you can just repeat.
yeah,
it.
you could still read the disc.
All right, yeah.
Now
Just
let
by
us
merit of being an R2 unit, you would have the port required to insert a data disk.
now let us
Yeah.
put this random flash drive into you.
Yeah.
We found it on the ground. And we want to know what its contents are.
Look, we were driving on the road. We were walking down the street, and it was just on the ground. We want to see what's on it.
If you were interested, come on.
It's a backup of the Newgrounds hentai section.
So,
Alright,
All right.
yeah, if you want, you can plug it.
How unsanitary.
It's an old school war.
Yeah.
R2 has no idea how to combat it.
It's like a DOS virus.
Fucking
It
DOS
doesn't do anything
virus.
malicious. It just makes very annoying things happen.
Yep.
The fuck is Y2K?
All right, there's my used computer.
We're on like a 10-digit calendar now. What is this? All right. You successfully accessed the data on it once it's been put into you, and it appears to be the full schematics and technical information for the walker that you just left.
Excellent find.
That's enough.
That's
good
what we-
enough. That's some good info.
yeah,
Excellent.
that's
It's gonna
all
have
we
to
were
do.
Actually, sent to get. They were.
They were quicker than anticipated.
By chance, R2, are you able to copy that information?
I mean, that is what he asked for was the disc. So I mean,
We kind of wanted to get the walk.
Yeah,
That
You
was-
don't want the
the
walker?
walker was purely Gil.
Oh shit! I completely misunderstood. Okay. I thought he wanted the walker back.
I mean, it would have been a nice bonus. He probably would have given you something for it, but
Okay.
Oh shit! You asked for the best, you get the best.
Of course I'm gonna make a copy of the data. 'Cause of course I am.
It's protection locked.
yeah, that would be a separate use computer.
That's fine.
You don't know how to interact with these Windows files.
All right. You managed to copy the information to your memory.
Nice.
If needed, you could put that information on another disk or whatever else you wanted with it.
And
Yep.
We could make our own.
Because quite literally, a
I want to
25
give
allows you to
levels.
splice into fucking Death Star levels of security. So
Yeah.
That's
I'm
30
pretty sure I
levels.
was going to get it.
To be fair, R2 at like any point in this Death Star could literally get any of the door.
Yeah,
Actually,
at some
speaking
point they
of-
could have just asked R2 to just self-destruct the Death Star. He probably could have done it.
Wait,
Computer security shit.
wait. Wasn't there like a
Yeah.
comic where IG-88 actually hacked the Death Star and basically decided just to use that to troll Emperor Palpatine by closing doors in front of him?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm pretty sure that was one. It's just the
It-
random things IG did.
Probably.
All right, well, we
Yep.
got the disc. We couldn't
And
get
we're heading
the.
All
back.
right, you have successfully evaded the encounter.
Yay!
Exactly.
Because there was no way in hell we were going to do well in that one.
I mean, actually, you could have. ATPTs are actually weaker than ATSTs, and you already took one of those down on foot. So
We had to use a starship cannon to do that.
yeah, no.
And of course,
I'm not gonna lie. I did not have move object because you didn't give me enough time. I would not been able to lift one of those to smash into the other one. So
yeah, you were
fact-
already holding the object up so I could repair it.
Yeah, the fact that you tried to fix it and actually had people on the outside looking out for trouble is essentially what gave you what you need. Otherwise, I fully was expecting everyone to get inside of it to look for what you needed, and then they would have just kind of casually rolled up while you were inside. But with Gil playing lookout, that gave you the advance warning.
Not only that, but the fact that I was fixing it, would
Yeah,
lend
gave
credence.
you like a legit looking cover.
Yep. Hell,
Plus, I just wanted to steal it.
I wanted it to. I really did.
Yeah, same here. Maybe
I really
next
wanted
time.
to steal it.
All right.
Look, we just have to wait We have to just wait like 10 years and then go to Hoth.
All right. You make your way back to Jim Jal here, prize in hand, and without having to deal with any sort of extra nonsense.
Yep, it was completely
Well.
clean. They firmly believe
I
this.
am.
Couldn't bring back the walker, but we did bring back what you asked for.
I'm very. I'm going to say that that's one thing I'm going to miss about being in an art, being in the HK is not having the R2 abilities.
I mean, you could put the R2 abilities into the HK.
I mean, I could.
Ooh.
For cover, we had to let the Imperials know that you knew about the Walker. Apologies for that.
That's all right. I can certainly deal with that. Won't be the first time I've had to cover an operation gone south, but this is certainly one of the most hassle-free if you're able to simply get the information and talk your way out.
That's
We
correct.
did fix one of the legs, so it does look like you were just trying to help out. You sent us there to help out.
I'll certainly make keeping them off my back a little easier. I do appreciate that.
Yep.
I chip in. It's too bad we couldn't swipe it.
Yes, getting my hands on one of those off the books, as it were, would have been quite interesting and profitable indeed. But I'm sure I'll have another opportunity.
Well,
Uh,
a quick
in
question.
the meantime, I believe that since this went so well, I'd be more than happy to offer some additional compensation. Tell me, my friends, what can I do for you to repay this debt?
Our ship is new in stock. We could use some armaments on it.
He nods and says, "Yes, I suppose in your line of work, you could in that. I'll have some of my people take a look and see what we can do. If you have any specific requests in mind, you can let them know while they're working on your ship, and they'll make sure it gets done."
Quick question before we go ahead. Like, on the trip back with the speeder, did it like handle any differently, or did it handle just about the same?
It seemed like it was a little sluggish. You would probably, since you didn't have it on there for that long, you'd have to basically just go and repair it. Essentially give it the equivalent of an alignment check.
Oh,
and,
that reminds me.
And a suspension replacement, likely.
Okay.
There's my mechanics check to repair the damage done to the speeder.
And we can do that when we get back to the ship.
Yeah, no,
That's for later, I
I'll
mean,
let
yeah.
the roll carry over. Yeah.
Well,
My 29.
Yep.
well, it was,
Meanwhile, I Too Fast, Too Furious does to this walker.
well, it was
Yeah,
really
exactly.
good. It was really good doing business with you. We will be available down the line if you ever have any other need for us.
I always have need for resourceful individuals in my line of work. You'd be surprised how little money the arms market actually makes if you're being legitimate.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah. I guess that's what happens when you have one and only one official recognized military contractor for your weapons. Is everyone else like me kind of has to make do with civilian sales, and that just doesn't pay the bills.
Yeah,
Especially when civilian sales are so heavily restricted, I imagine.
Someone know what this beep boop man is saying?
I thought he responded. I thought he spoke binary.
This droid is rather personable. What's going on with it?
he was simply agreeing with you.
Yeah,
Especially
he
when-
literally no, fuck you. He literally responded to the R2 unit earlier.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I
Oh.
did.
Oh yeah, he did.
This isn't war. Red kid, just be nice to him. You're just an R2 droid. You're supposed to talk to people.
Though he isn't wrong that with the restricted sales against civilians, it does make it harder to profit.
Well, uh, we look forward to whatever arms we can work out, and we'll let you get back to your work, sir.
Jin, Jin, weren't you looking for a tripod?
Yes. Would also be looking for a tripod for the nice little blaster repeater we have up there.
Civilian sales?
I'd be more than happy to set you up with one. It's a small ask, so I'll just have someone bring one over to you when they get a chance.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else want to ask this man anything? Or
No, I'm not gonna ask this man to restock my grenades.
Yeah, really.
That's too small of an act. That just feels petty. No.
Yeah, that, and I very much doubt he knows the brother, which I'm blanking out on.
I'm sure once we get back to the rebel base, I can find someone to sell me some nades. Well, we thank you, and we will get this shipment to the sun as soon as we can.
all right, and if you do need anything else, just on the small scale, I do have a storefront that runs out here in town. I'll make sure that they run you a bit of a discount if you ever need to stock up on anything, and hopefully maybe we can do some business again in the future.
That's appreciative, sir.
All right, yeah, he nods and he leaves the spaceport at that.
I think we need to get on the ship and have a discussion about what we want to get our ship equipped with, and do we want to head in town?
It sounds good. Alright, let's open up the cloudburst, see what exactly it has.
Well, we don't actually have the light concussion missile launcher.
Yeah.
So
That was one of the things that was planned to get here at this juncture.
I'm hoping
Okay.
we can upgrade to a medium concussion missile launcher instead.
Will
But
be that, I'm guessing that would be like 8d10 versus 7d10?
no, let me look at it real quick. Why do I have these books open and then I keep trying to open new copies? Like I don't.
Because
Um,
you are
I don't know why you're
silly.
using,
Mediums are 9d10.
I don't even know why you're using the books and not the wiki.
Yeah, no, it's 9d10 times 2 for a medium.
Technically, I'm the only one that uses the book open, so that I could just double check anything you find on the wiki in case of any weird
Shenanigans that sometimes
any
pops
weird
up.
differences. Yeah,
I
as
kind of
we discovered, some things in the book aren't errated, and some things on the wiki just seem to be not making any sense.
my only thoughts are it's too much of an ask to get the main cannon upgraded right now, but I think we should get a pilot, something the pilot and the co-pilot could use. I
Some
think
kind of like spots and weaponry?
yeah, I think a missile launcher and another laser cannon, and I think we're set. I think that's a good ask without asking too much. What do you guys think?
Does sound good. Actually, would our ship even be able to accommodate that?
I think we could get both of those and still not have to convert cargo space yet.
I believe so, because look again.
Comes with 10
Placement
pieces.
points.
Also need to get smuggler space.
We got that on the main planet. We got smuggler
Did we?
and no, we didn't. We haven't got smuggler yet. You're right.
No.
I mean, we could convert.
We got
There you go. The launchers. Launcher, which has already been factored into your emplacement points, I believe, is 2 points, and a medium is 5 points. So you'd only go up by 3 points on the launcher upgrade, and then however many points the laser you choose to get is.
I think we could get a medium laser cannon for the pilot at one point.
So that'd be
Sounds good.
4 points total off of whatever your current remainder is.
Where on the sheet does it say the remainder?
And medium
of our points are?
missiles don't break the bank too much compared to light either. It's only a difference of
250.
250.
Question.
We can't fit a heavy. Heavy can only be fit on big ships. Bigger ships. I already looked that up.
Yep. Hence why we gotta save up for the Venerator.
As well as, did we want to get a docking gun fitted?
Originally, I think that was the original plan for that repeater.
More DACA.
But yeah, we could get something like that.
So,
Yeah, you can always just get another repeater to.
so we want to
install.
get a repeater placed as a docking gun, a medium concussion launcher, and a medium laser cannon. Is that what we're asking for?
We need more DACA.
Yes.
DACA.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going the wrong way.
Gil, are you okay with this?
Sounds fine.
All right.
Plus, it doesn't hurt in the event we find more combat droids that we can use as, like, internal security.
Be aware. And the more weapons we have, the more interesting we look. Just be careful.
That's why I'm not going with an ion cannon or anything like that, because I don't think those are all military, aren't they?
I
Could our
mean,
ship
it's all
even
the
carry
missiles.
an ion cannon?
Missiles are also military.
Okay. How
That's
did
what the smuggler.
because our previous ship was a modified ship. That's right.
That's what smuggler bays are for. We need those.
All right.
I
Well,
mean, you have a couple.
Also, could this ship even accommodate an ion cannon?
Could, yes, but they're all military, and it would be very.
Noticeable.
Actually, no, they're not all military. They're
the
licensed
medium
restricted
and the
military.
light are both restricted and licensed. Same
Yeah.
as the laser cannon we're getting. So if we instead want to get an ion cannon, we
But
get that.
ion cannons also run the more like, hey, why are you carrying an ion cannon?
Yeah, it looks a little bit more suspicious.
No one carries an ion cannon if they're not intending to disable and grab something.
Yeah, a bit of a bigger blaster cannon. Okay, maybe you travel rougher routes.
I mean, technically, we have a military license for at least the heavy cannon the ship came with, but
Yeah.
So, but all right. So we're good with a light concussion missile. I mean, a medium concussion missile launcher and a medium laser cannon and a docking gun. Just fitted because we already have the gun for the docking gun, right?
Yeah, unless you wanted to get a separate one, so because once it's fitted as the docking gun, you're not gonna be able to just take it off.
And we can get another one, carry instead of using the one you have.
Okay. Besides, the old ship, the old speeder, shall last us for a while until we get something that is actually self-contained.
That one is self-contained.
Well, it
Well,
has the hood.
for everyone but Red.
Yay.
All right, so that's what we're asking for. Do we just tell one of the people loading up the ship, or
Yeah.
Right?
You just let them know, and they'll do the work to get those systems installed.
All right. How much time is it going to take?
For all of that, let's see what we're doing. We're doing what, 4 emplacement points?
4 emplacement points and a docking gun. Docking gun doesn't cost emplacement.
Yes, it does.
Us.
Costs 1.
Oh, it does.
Yes.
Actually, that would be 5 emplacement points then. Yeah. Installation time. Emplacement points times cost modifier divided by number of workers. So that's 5 by 5 divided by workers. So yeah, about 10 days.
All right. Do we want to go in town, maybe restock before we head back?
I stick with the ship. Make sure they don't touch any of my shit.
See if there's any interesting news since we landed. See if there's any bounties or anything we can look at. I don't know.
Ironically, there is a bounty here on Ord Mantell we could do, but
What?
there's a minor problem.
The senator.
It is. Where is it?
Jalmala.
It is Joel Vala, the senator from Ord Mantell. He has a
Remember that.
100,000 credit bounty. From the
I would
Empire.
assume if you were a senator on the run, you wouldn't stay on the planet you were from.
Yeah, no.
The Jal. and-
Seriously doubt it. Yeah.
Joel and Jal sound very similar. He returned with the weapons and told them that Jim Jaw's actually been turned into the authorities. Wait, let's
You know what's funny? Is I actually forgot to write that into my spreadsheet, so I actually forgot that bounty was here. That's a good catch, Gary.
Do we want to try and sell the Calto here or
Uh,
war droids, or do we want to hold off that for the Rebel Alliance?
I figure. Okay, we have 5 tons that we can work with to sell, correct?
Yes.
So,
But we know the Rebels need it, so
what I'm thinking
might-
is we could probably sell like maybe 2 or 3 tons here, and then the rest to the rebels. Wait, didn't we also get like 50 tons?
I mean, I'm about to say, technically, you're already giving 50 tons to the rebels.
yeah, we're giving 50 tons to the Rebels.
So the rebels, I'm also going to point out Neotag, are not exactly swimming in cash.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
So,
what I was just about to
If
say.
you want to make the most profit off of the 5 tons, you're not going to want to sell any of that to the rebels.
Do we
We're
wanna
not
try
yet
and
at the
sell
point
it
where it becomes
here, or
fresh.
do we want to wait till we get to
Here.
I'd say here. This place is
a
an
hut
ocean nightmare.
space?
Here.
Hut space. That, yeah.
We sell it here.
They would probably try and contract us to get more.
Right. Gil,
At
are
least
you
that's what I think
okay
they
with
do.
trying to help us find a place to offload our 5 tons?
Yeah, I'll put out a few. I'll find us a place.
With that also in mind, I'm gonna head to our friend's shop. I need to restock on my grenades. Especially ion, I kind of used up my supply.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm gonna wait till after we sell the Calto.
31 check to find a seller, find a buyer.
Okay. You do very much find a buyer. You find a guy who's running a black market operation out of a cantina. Who seems interested in buying the Colto for some black market medical aid business that he's got going on to some of the Imperial blockaded worlds.
Okay. You negotiate a good price with him.
He's going to offer you an opening price of 10,000 credits per ton.
That sounds nice. Wait.
No,
Wait, no. 10,000. No, that's cheap. Sorry, I thought I heard you say 100,000.
What would be this going to barter with him?
What are they all? Please tell me this DM screen actually has a list of skills, because if it doesn't, that'd be very annoying. Does not appear to. All right, hang on.
It
Core skills.
even at 50 a kilogram, which is how it's sold.
I'd say persuasion. I don't see anything else that would really seem like it'd be very applicable to negotiation.
20.
Like 45,000 a ton.
He's willing to up that to 30,000 a ton.
We get 5 tons.
Yep.
Yeah. Sounds good.
They'll net you 150,000 total for the sale.
Okay.
All right, you seal the deal, and he pays you once he gets the Colto move. So that takes about a day.
Sorry, you kind of broke up on me. What exactly did we sell it for?
Total
150,000.
150,000.
We didn't get
per
we
ton
didn't get
total.
top price, but we got enough.
Okay.
Top
He's gonna
price.
make-
Top price would have been about 225,000.
He's got to make some profit on it
Yeah,
too.
they gotta make some profit. I know that much.
So yeah, it takes him about a day to get everything arranged for the Colto to be discreetly moved from your ship to where he stores his product and everything, and then he pays you once his guys take the stuff off your ship.
That's 37,500 each if we split it 4 ways.
What was that?
But it's 37,500 if we split it 4 ways. But we don't do that.
We
We're
can deal with
splitting
it.
it.
We can deal with that once we also get the rest of the Colto sold.
Yeah.
He has a need of this money right now.
We're on the planet. I want to see us about getting that speeder, but that's about it. Because we're not going back to the rebel place next.
I'm gonna head back to the ship and we'll split it 6 ways.
You just want that freaking leather seats and Bluetooth headset.
I'm not going for that one. That's 20,000.
Yeah. Hang on a second.
It's 25,000 each.
Yeah, 25,000 each with 25,000 for ship upgrades and 25,000 for maintenance. So we're good on maintenance for the ship for a while.
Excellent.
All right, I've marked off the Colto as sold. My handy dandy sheet. All right. So you sold the Colto. People are doing the work on your ship. What was that you were doing, Neo? You were just getting the stuff restocked.
I would like to get grenades, and I would also like to go shopping for the arrow speeder I want to get.
Okay. The grenades you can just get at regular book cost. Here they're readily available enough.
I'm only restocking to like the 4
Yeah.
each I had.
If
So
you go
3
specifically to Joel's shop, you can get a 10% discount on the book price.
So 3 ion and 1 frag. So that's. I'm just gonna say that evens me out to 27,600. Is that 600 sound fair there? Then 4 nades for 600.
About.
Sounds about right.
Actually, looking it up in the book, yeah.
Okay. And
Again, that's more something we can look up after. Make sure that all checks out.
I'm gonna bring up to the group that instead of getting our speeder fixed, I kind of want to replace it for something a little bit more beefier if you guys are okay with it. I'll front the cost.
A little
but
beef would be nice.
Maybe something where Red can actually ride in instead of an essential.
I do want to
That
point
would
out
be
one
nice.
thing about your Arrow 23 plan.
What?
It is classed as a paramilitary vehicle.
It's technically a civilian one as well.
It says right on the description, Arrow 23 land speeder paramilitary.
Yeah, if it's modified for it.
There's no stats for a non-modified one.
That's 4,000 less for the civilian model. If you read the description. I'd like to get the paramilitary model, but I don't think that's an option
No.
right now.
It says it could be upgraded to a luxury interior for 10,000 more.
Keep reading.
Oh, there's another page here. All right, never mind.
Eventually, when we can, I want to get the weapons installed on it, but that's 4,000 more somewhere else.
It's
not.
actually more than 4,000 somewhere else.
No, it's 4,000.
No, I mean if you upgrade it back up, it's more than 4,000
Wait, why?
because it's not deducting the actual cost of the weapons.
I thought that's why it's 4,000 less to get the civilian model. It's because the
I don't think
4,000.
so. I'm pretty sure with the laser cannon and the grenade launcher, I don't know. Either way, I will point this out. If you're going to go for the civilian model, you're not getting any real big change in stats, and you're just taking up more space on your ship.
We get
Well,
more cargo room, and Red can fit inside it, and we can take
Yes.
passengers if needed. Because the one we have right
That-
now can only fit the 3 of us barely.
yeah, that's kind of the reason why he was looking at it was for more room.
Because I'm going to essentially,
It's also faster than the one we have right now.
based on
By
the
a
cargo spaces of both of these, your old ship is currently taking up, I'm going to say, half a ton of cargo. This new one's going to take up a full ton of cargo.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Only a half-ton difference. It's not too bad.
You know, this speeder is also like 3 times faster. No, not 3 times. We go from 8 squares to 12 squares. So technically, which somehow equals 8 squares 105 kilometers per hour, and then the one we're getting is 400 kilometers an hour. Somehow 300 kilometers an hour is in those 4 extra squares.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually sounds about right.
Fair enough.
Think about how much faster it's going to make ground with those 4 extra squares.
Yeah.
It will easily overtake something moving 4 squares less.
And you say the stats aren't changed, but the armor goes up by
Yeah, no.
4.
The more I look at it, the more it is an upgrade. It's just going to be it takes up more space.
It's a flat upgrade. Yeah, and when we get to a planet where I can get those modifications, I want to get the weapons put on.
I don't know why you don't just buy it with the weapons.
Can I thought you were essentially hinting I can't get it with the weapons here.
I'm hinting when you get it with the weapons, no matter where you get the weapons put on, it's going to be a paramilitary vehicle. Having an armed speeder armed with those weapons is going to classify it as
And what does that- I
essentially
don't know
a
what that
mercenary
means.
vehicle. It means that you are not passing yourself off as a civvy driving that.
Think
At
National
all,
Guard.
period. Yeah. You can pass yourselves off as mercenaries, bounty hunters.
That's what we're going for.
Well,
something
we're
like
going
that.
for that anyway, so
Yeah, I'm just warning you right now that will draw the kind of attention to yourselves that comes with being well known for being well armed.
Okay.
but if we're going for bounty hunter status anyway,
Yeah, then I'll just get the
And
one that has the weapons.
that is also a bigger Imperial eye on you whenever you get noticed by Imperials than if you just seem to be mostly unarmed freighters.
this is true.
So that is the trade-off. You are drawing more attention to yourselves with this armed, larger vehicle than with the smaller vehicle with the gun you can take on and off as needed.
I don't think we can take the gun off our previous speeder now.
Actually,
Yeah, you can.
it's just a mount.
Yeah.
You just
I
take
wanna
off
go-
the mount and put it on
No,
the
This is something I want, but then I'll leave it up to the group. Do we want to get the better speeder or not?
Well, it would be nice to be able to actually fit all of us inside.
You'll also have extra room for additional passengers in the event that you need to like grab people or.
We also can
Exactly.
We go from being able to fit 50 kg of cargo to fitting almost a ton of cargo in the speeder.
I mean,
With-
here's the thing. I think the ship has enough space for. Could you actually move us back to the ship's map?
Sure, but I'm going off of cargo capacity to determine space, not anything like that.
So I think we might just have enough space for both speeders.
Technically, you do.
we have plenty.
I get Kira. I'm going off of weight to determine what you can and can't have.
We could have both speeders if you want.
The reason I'm saying the Aero 23 takes up a ton is because it carries almost a ton of cargo by itself, and so its cargo capacity plus its actual size of itself and whatever you would need to maintain it goes out to about a ton of space. And the way this game works is tonnage is what determines space on your ship.
So
And that's
if
squares.
we can have a speeder that makes us, if we take it, we look like civilians, and we can have one if we know we're going into a more hostile area. If we want to do that.
It's just that if my understanding of the rules is correct, that kind of affects how much cargo we can carry.
A little bit, yeah.
Yes. We can carry 1 ton less.
We have plenty of cargo space.
Okay, 1 ton less. Not the worst thing in the world.
Like, what is our
Considering our
cargo?
cargo space is at least...
Isn't it 255 tons right now?
Yes.
Yeah, so 1 ton really isn't going to...
Bearing
be
in mind
too
at
big
this
of a
exact
problem.
moment, you are carrying 50 tons of.
Calto,
Although
you're getting 50
it-
tons of guns, I
We're
think.
getting. No, you're getting more. I believe it was 100 tons a gun.
Oh,
Oh, we'll
That's
still have room
still
for the
fine.
that's
speeder,
actually a
though.
lot more than I thought.
Yeah, I thought we were only getting 50 tons of guns.
No, you're getting enough guns to arm the entire initial rebellion.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, let's get the
Well-
speeder.
This
Yeah.
wasn't a small supply run. This was
That
though
means
we
we're getting
need
the
to get
speeder a little
weapons
later,
set up.
unfortunately.
No,
So
we don't.
back
We
off.
can get the speeder.
We still have 100 tons of cargo room, Gary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, Flux, you haven't said anything, and I want your opinion.
I think not having the thing that looks like a military vehicle inside of our bay is a better option.
Well, no, we were going to keep it civilian and keep both speeders.
Well, no, I thought we were gonna get the arrow
We need both.
armed and then have the other one not armed.
The little one not armed?
What
Yes.
Flux is basically saying is he doesn't want the armed one on the ship either, because anyone who comes on the ship is going to see you guys just basically carrying around a Humvee.
Why are we keeping both in that scenario?
Yeah, that is the other question. You might as well just commit to one or the other.
If need be, can we set one up to? I mean, how much work does it take to? I mean, if we take off the
To put into it, essentially, because of the way the courier works based on its description, it sounds like putting the gun on and off now that it has the stuff on board to accept a gun is the same as putting it on and off of a tripod.
Okay.
So it's basically, I don't know what the teardown for instead of for a tripod is. Probably something like a full action or a round or something.
could we set up that mounting on the other one without?
With the weapons it comes with by default, no, they're fully
No,
integrated.
the
on board.
civilian.
Yeah, if we got a civilian version of it, could we set up the mounting but not have it be mounted?
Yes, but not with. But you'd have to get different weapons than what it normally comes with by default.
Could we put?
That'd be a road to cross when you get there.
Okay, but could we put essentially the turret we got for the other thing on this one?
Yes.
Okay, so we could get the civilian version and have the mounting on there, but have it not mounted, so this looks like a civilian.
And eventually get whatever weapons on it we want.
Well, no, if need be, we can just toss the turret on it before we have to do anything that requires it to be a military vehicle.
Yeah, I just want to double check that I'm not talking at my ass here and actually find a picture of the Arrow 23.
I sent you one.
Well, fuck off. I already started Googling it.
Because if we can get the bigger speeder, that would be
Yeah, no,
very
the laser
helpful.
cannon is literally just a turret on the top.
It's a turret on top. So yeah, essentially, you could get it set up to a similar system where this has, where you would have a turret mount on top that you could just slap a blaster on, so it won't be as big of a gun, but it would still be gun.
Kind of want to eventually get a laser cannon upgrade that we can slap on and off, but yeah, for now.
I would also argue that since it's a repeating blaster and the size of how big this thing is, you could also do some other fancy shenanigans, like make it something that hides inside the ship, and then like someone just opens the side door, and instead of shooting for the top, you just have to shoot sideways.
That does sound actually really good. Nice little
Yeah,
joke.
You basically have like a helicopter. You could basically set up to like a helicopter door gun you can tear on and off. But you just open the side hatch, and that's there in the photo. Pull
I
it,
will
swivel a mount out, slap the gun on it, and start shooting.
Yeah, then
I
you
will
have your
mention
laser gal
the-
3.
I will mention the standard armament. So this is the type of weapons we could get equipped on it eventually, or just use what we got. Is it comes with a laser cannon, normal,
And a grenade launcher,
and a grenade launcher. So,
which presumably both fire from the turret seen in the photo.
well, no, the grenade launcher apparently the gunner uses, and the laser cannon the pilot uses. So I think they have separate systems.
That implies the thing on the top might then be the
That's
grenade
the
launcher.
laser cannon, because you could tell from the barrels. I don't know where it doesn't show where the.
I bet a grenade launcher would have a barrel too.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way.
So
We-
we're going for the
because a
civilian
nice-
model as an upgrade, and then we'll get it just fitted somewhere else.
Yes.
All right, that's what I'll do then.
And I
So
guess
that-
get rid of the other speeder then?
Yeah, can we try to do a trade in?
Yeah, you could do a trade in.
We'll take the gun off of it before.
Obviously.
Yeah, we'll take the gun off of it, so it will have the docking. That
The
should
mount
be an
system?
upsell. Yeah, it'll be one that we trade in with the mount system.
It'll still sell for 2,500. Leveraged against the
1680. No, the 608. 6,800.
Yeah. Because it's 4,000 less. So yeah, it'd be 6,800 minus 2,500. Which do I still have my calculator open on my phone? I do.
4,300. I'll
Yeah.
front the cost. And we'll have an upgraded speeder that everyone can fit in, has cargo room, and eventually we can get fitted with weapons.
You're no longer luggage.
Yay! So tired of being luggage.
You're still going to get the kid seat though.
There's still like no good pictures of this thing, is there? Let me go to image search. There we
I
go,
think
that's a
you're
picture.
the only one that was actually full size. I don't know why it's so.
Well, there's like a schematic picture on Wikipedia, which is
Oh.
what I was looking at.
Fair enough.
And the gun actually looks different on the schematic picture than what it looks like in the colored picture.
Oh, it does. Could you send that to me? I would love to look.
Yeah. hang
Right, so that's 4,300. So I minus 7 minus 4,300. So I have 22,700 credits. No.
I'm currently sitting on 31,000.
Well, I mean, you're
Okay,
you're
so
gonna be
the
using it to get your
picture
parts back.
you sent me is the one that's on the wiki before, the one that has all the different speeders.
Oh, okay.
That's the same picture that's on the wiki, but the colored pictures show it as a double barrel with a thinner barrel.
Oh, so one of them's the grenade, one of them's the laser.
Yeah, I'm also seeing a completely different thing.
Yeah, no, I
As-
saw that
as-
weird one that's like wide instead of skinny.
Yeah, it's green.
Yeah, I think that's like some fan art or something. It does not. Every other picture has it being long, not having it being fat.
It also only looks like it could sit 2 people in the weird wide one, so I don't.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that because it's a 5-seater plus almost a ton cargo.
Yeah.
There's no way that fits for that one. Right, so we got an upgraded speeder now.
Why is this picture an HTML document?
I don't know, dude.
I found one of the pictures on the image section for Wikipedia for the Aero 23 in colored version is apparently an HTML document file.
Oh no! It's actually a image file. It's that new JFF shit.
Okay, so my computer
Nothing could.
I don't know what the fuck that is. It's HTML. Or,
For the record, that's what we have now for everybody.
I
just-
grabbed a picture of it so I can upload it to the image library for the game.
Yeah, there's a new file format that I think Google's trying to fucking
Ah,
press.
more things people could send me at work for their customer service problems with broken parts, and I can just be like, I can't open this. Please send a JPEG.
Yes. Well, no, it's literally they're trying to replace JPEG with this JFEF, FEF, I think it is, and it's just so fucking annoying because nothing opens it except for your web browser.
Top tier speeder in your cargo hold.
I'm not saying we went from like a nice little sports car to a SUV, but it looks like
It's just faster than our previous speeder by like.
it looks stupid.
No. We went from a nice little. We went from a nice little
Looks better
coupe.
than the wiki picture.
We went from a nice little coupe to a
Family sedan.
Supercar.
to a souped up SUV that's got a oh, what's the fucking engine?
V8.
Thank you, V8 engine in it.
No, this would have a V12 considering the speed.
Good
Okay.
point.
Wait, there's a V12?
There's
Yes, there
V10 and V12 and V16 engines.
I didn't know that.
You know,
I
most
only knew
cars
V8.
have a V10 or a V12.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Huh.
Yeah, that's what it looks like on the wiki. So yeah, it could be worse because of that picture. Was that an actual square? It looks kind of like that.
Yeah. That looks fucking.
Oh, that looks bad.
Oh god.
For some reason, the picture is like an extremely stretched out rectangle.
Oh god. Oh god.
Looks like a fucking yellow submarine.
Yes, it does.
It
We might want
really
to
does.
continue so we can get to the rebel planet before we all just fucking shit
Just
over.
stop laughing.
All right, so
Yeah,
you upgrade.
and managed to get me to able to redo my character sheet.
All right, so you bought a Hummer H3 with the intention of turning it into a Humvee later.
Mhm.
Anything else you guys want to buy or stock up on before we leave this planet fully upgraded?
No,
I'm gonna buy myself a couple more power packs.
I'm gonna
Okay.
modify
7.
the.
Just like I said with Neo, if you go through Jim Jaw's shop, you'll get 10% off book price.
Alrighty. I'll go there.
We never asked how many missiles are we getting with our missile launcher.
That's more of a you guys question.
I think it's too much
I-
acid to load, but what about 10?
Yeah, by default, 10 missiles. Any more than that, you'd have to pay for.
It can carry 16. Actually, that's 250 each. I'd pay for the extra.
They're not 250 each. They're more than that.
Oh, they're 750 each. That's right.
Yeah. 250 is the difference in between a light and a medium, not the actual price.
8 times 6. You guys want to split the bill of 4,500 to get the full 16 missiles?
Sure.
I guess.
How much did you need? 4,500?
4,500 total split. Is Gillen on this?
What are we doing?
Maxing out the missiles.
Getting the full 16.
You
instead
can
of-
carry 16. You were given 10, and Neo wants to buy the remaining 6.
Okay. So, how much are we paying?
Or is that
It'd
going to
be
come out of the ship share?
1,125 each.
Or it can go out of the ship share.
I'm about to say you do have a ship share for these kind of things.
Yeah, just what's the total cost? I'll take it.
4,500.
Okay, I'll take it. Take it out.
All right. I'm modifying our ship thing right now, so
Because yeah, we're having a ship share for this specific reason.
Stop mentioning my slush fund, then.
No, that's the upkeep fund, is the slush fund.
You said 4,500.
yeah, 4,500.
There's a legitimate ship fund and the slush ship fund. Not for nothing. If you're only paying 2,000 a month for upkeep on your ship, the ship
Sure.
upkeep one, if it's a fair share, is definitely a slush fund.
Don't worry about these accounts that Gil set up, and that's you guys that he set up, and now we're putting money into it.
Don't ask Gil where the money comes from. It just does.
It's got connections with the Bengay clan still.
It'd actually be kind of terrifying if true.
So it's 5d10 times 2 pilot weapon. There you go. I've added the.
This may be awkward, but some of our money may be used in loans to buy, maybe a loan to the Empire with interest to buy the weapons that will be shooting at us. It's cool. We're getting money back from it.
Look, all we have to do is to ensure we have a good siding with the Empire is... Oh yeah, we actually have one of those senators you guys want. We just had to play a part.
I may currently be shorting a shit ton of Moncal stuff.
We're short stocking for our retirement fund.
Just fucking short stocking all the different rebel deaths.
That's the real long game. Everyone's here like, hey, we're helping the rebellion, and Gil's here like, you're helping my portfolio.
So I've added the medium concussion missile launcher and the medium laser cannon to the ship sheet.
Oh, man. All right. If there's nothing else anyone needed, I guess it'd be time finally to leave Ord Mantell.
Yeah, and we have everything our previous ship had, or better. Now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Sovik, you said we have the smugglers' compartments, or do we still need to get them?
You do have the smugglers compartments currently, and you can carry up to 2 tons in them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we have everything we previously had.
Because
If
I'm
you wanted,
currently.
you could round up the smugglers compartments at any time you want, but yeah, for now you have 2 tons of smuggling space.
I am currently stashing the HK robot chassis in smuggler cargo,
Okay.
just because I don't want I don't want people loading and unloading the ship to really be nosing around on that particular hot item.
All right. All right. We all set to head to Dantooine then?
Yep.
All right. We're gonna head over to Dantooine. That's gonna be about a 5-day trip. Anything eventful gonna happen on the ship, or are we just going straight over to the Dantooine map?
Are we planning to move the droid or not?
I thought we were gonna list the rebels' aid in that.
I'm talking in character.
Oh.
Are we moving R2 or not?
Yeah. R2, do you want us to see if we can get help with the rebels, or we wanna do this ourselves?
I
Use
don't
your
trust.
brain.
I don't. No offense. I don't trust you guys. You're
Hey.
not trained mechanics.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean,
Okay, that's fairer, but
yeah, okay. Mechanics, yes, but computers, kind of.
I don't think you need a mechanics check to do it.
Yeah, I think it is just a use computers check.
Is it just a use computer check? I thought there was a mechanics check.
I thought
No.
getting the help of the rebels made it you were gonna have be easier on him for some reason.
That would probably be more of a guarantee.
It's just to use computer check to transfer the programming.
Oh, okay. Well, I always did trust Jin.
I believe the caveat with that is that Red can't do his own use computer. So it's
Yeah,
do
no,
we trust Kiri to use computer, or do we want to get someone else with a use computer check to do it?
Let's put it this way: do you trust Roll20?
No.
I mean, it's gonna be
In
roll 20
character
anyway.
wise, I feel like
Jin would be the best bet.
I tell you right now, I am going to decide which NPC template I feel best suits the level of technical expertise with the rebellion, and use that, and not tell you what it is or what their bonuses are, and just roll d20. Or we could use Kiri's known entity.
A large Gamorrean comes out wiping his ass, scratching his ass.
well, you know,
There's the droid.
my character does trust Jin, so
Oh,
Who has actually? Hang on, let's do a quick number crunch on here since this does involve Red potentially losing a level.
I have
And
a
No, he's losing the level.
intelligence.
Yeah,
he's losing the
no,
level.
but it's either between losing a level and just becoming completely shit.
Yeah, and the intelligence thing is based off of Red himself. So
Yes. I have to roll a
this is a skill thing.
If I'm reading Kiri's sheet right, he has a +9. And what's the skill you have to roll? You have to make?
use computer.
use computer.
Yeah, no, but what's the DC?
25. Do it. Come on. Do it for
maybe let's get help with it. Maybe
you cowards.
and maybe Marani can help in the process, but maybe we get Marani some help.
The additional caveat here is, if you do this, the rebels are going to want to know why, and you're going to have to convince them either A, that it's just something you're doing, or B, tell them what's actually going on and cut them in on the
Yeah, we already discussed that.
Yeah.
If they
And
know
if
we're
you
going
want
to
to
get
keep all the money for yourselves, it's Kiri making this roll.
Yeah, or just tell him to fuck off. We're swapping our droid ourselves.
if we could tell them that their advantages, then
what
we'll be
is-
in the
Fine.
empire.
Before rolling, what is his used computer?
+9.
+9.
Just a 9?
Getting real meta with this shit.
Yep.
So,
Oh,
And
fucking
you have,
hell.
I'm
and I'm
concerned.
just saying, you have no way of knowing if the rebels are worse. Because I
That
don't.
leaves the. I mean, shit. I myself with a used computer can fucking make that with just taking a 10.
But the problem is you
So
can't.
my 15.
Yeah, you also have a bunch of weird droid bonuses to your used computer.
No, I don't. I'm just trained and fucking specialized.
Yeah, Kiri didn't take specialized.
I'm trained and focused.
Yeah, I don't think Kiri actually has any skill focuses.
Nope.
Oh yeah, because I decided to be skill monkey. uh,
could always ask the our droid our DOS to help because they specialize in managing droids.
Can't you really trust him over Jin? Come on.
Jin can help.
all right, let's see. What is my intelligence score? You
Mine
know
is
what?
14, so I got a +2.
All right, my intelligence is 17. Yeah, fuck it. Good.
Doing it on our own?
Do it.
My character trusts Jin more than anyone else to do it.
So in this case,
Even though
here,
I
is it my assisting you?
myself really don't like this. Yeah.
So-
I'm going to do something that I can only do with Jin. Then
What is
Don't
it?
ruin this.
I have enlightened, which I never get to fucking use.
What does that do?
I'm going to use a force check, and then that can be your roll. Which I have a +18 and use the force.
Okay.
Yes, that
Okay.
works.
Gonna guide you through the force through your the used computer check.
Cowards.
Which I
Alright,
can take
wait,
10
hang
on
on.
this.
Flex, this is what we'll do. Neo's gonna do his roll, and then when we inevitably succeed, Kiri's gonna roll, and we're gonna see what happened in the alternate timeline.
I'm gonna say Jin.
Yes.
I'm gonna say Gil.
I'll roll the. What is
Okay,
it?
what
1D
are you doing?
What was
Let's
the
let
penalty again? 1D. Fuck you.
4, I think.
Gil
Flux.
helps out with this until he sees Bly start to use Jedi things, and then he just leaves the room.
Okay,
I
Wikipedia.
think it was a 4 or a 6.
That is not the right Wikipedia. What the fuck? That's the wrong Wikipedia. Can you
Okay.
shoot me a link to the fucking Wikipedia?
The wiki, you mean?
Yeah.
Wiki for sagas.
Yes.
Hang on, let me just give you the sheet, the page I'm looking at. You can go from there.
There you
That
go.
would be helpful.
Flux, you already grab it.
Yeah, toss it to him. Processor systems.
Thank you.
Down and downloading and restoring memory.
All right, downloading and restoring memory. Where are you? There you are. All right, let's see. One class level. 1d6. 1d6.
Alright, that's what I thought. It was either a 4 or a 6.
All right. So let's do this shit.
Right.
So, Neo's
Neo
rolled a
rolled
31. Shall we set up the alternate timeline?
Alright, just roll your flat use computer. I'm glad I did what I did.
All right, let's roll 1d6. Oh my god. It's going to be 6, isn't it?
Cool.
Which equals a perfect 25.
Wait, no, don't you have to make an int check
you
and then
you do an int check first.
yeah, you have to do an int check first.
But it's good.
Wait.
You're losing the full 6.
A
What is the purpose
failed
of the
check. No. That
You need to
oh
make
yeah,
a
that's right. I need to make a
int check every time a
int
transfer
check.
happens.
Yeah, that's right. I have to actually make just a straight int check.
Yeah, and we can't help you with that in any way.
Nope.
I think you made it.
You're all boring.
Your lack of failure disturbs me.
I've rolled a nat fucking 20 on that one.
31 to make this work, and then a nat 20
Howard.
to make you not lose shit.
Bunch of cowards setting all this shit up, not just rolling, letting Jesus take the wheel.
Nuffle is disappointed on this day.
I mean, there was a chance I could not make a 25 on my use the force if I rolled a
What is your modifier for it?
plus 18. I am trained and focused.
I probably should
Okay,
take a
so,
sword for this.
Yeah,
Next-
being focused is a
so-
big help.
Yeah, focused really is. That's why I'm focusing so much. So I will have to adjust my character sheet next game.
But congratulations.
You've upgraded to the HK20 body.
Yay.
You should probably swap to the ship. Man, for this.
Yeah, hang on.
What, become the machine spirit of our ship?
No, well, no.
It's odd playing this out over the galaxy, man.
Yeah, no, I didn't think about
Galaxy
that 'cause
guided us.
Do,
I
you-
wasn't
do you
expecting
mind?
us to just go and do this on their way over to Dantooine. I was ready to be like, all right, we're switching to Dantooine. All right, let's move the tokens.
Question for you. Could you give me control of that token of
Yeah,
the HK unit
Let me find his sheet here.
so I can edit it?
So now we have an empty R2 unit that we're ready to put something in and give to the give to the Empire, and just get a big payday and become instant bounty hunters and everything else.
Is it
Alright,
done?
You have now been given control and access to the HK24 sheet.
What are we doing with the other chassis?
Yay!
Actually, I guess. You in there, R2?
Thank you. You hear it more binary chirping? Yeah, I'm here.
Said yes in
Journey.
the
No.
in the R2
We're
unit.
not trying that. That droid talked. You in there. I'm not dealing with the chirping anymore.
Look, I'm gonna Blythe's gonna pipe up and say you have no reason to pretend.
That droid body talks with in Manon. I know that thing's got.
And I speak in. I go in common. I could have spoken common in the other body too.
Yeah, Bly looks at Gil and goes, "Yeah, he could."
What point did Bly hear him talking common?
Bly,
Once. He
Bly-
did it once because I remember it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was one time he did it, and Bly was actually in the room, and I rolled it. No, Bly heard that.
not only that, but Bly also saw the data pad that actually had my specs on it.
Oh, that's how I knew. Yeah, no.
No, you heard me speak in common once before. Once,
Yeah, before,
you also
before that, but then you saw his specs.
you
Yeah.
saw my specs.
I guess normal medical checks then. What year is it?
I say the year.
Where are we?
I state that as well.
And who are you?
Not sure yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to choose for that one because in R2 it doesn't work for that droid.
I'm gonna have to change my designation because kind of
Yeah,
weird to
second
be
we
called
start calling
referring to
you
me.
R2. Think people are gonna.
I advise not going with an HK either. Not many people know about him anymore, but it's still not a great plan.
I will have to contemplate this.
Actually, no. Hang on. Did anyone actually successfully make a check to know what an HK was?
I mean, I can make
Yes,
it. I can
we
make it.
Yes,
What check would that be?
We
Galactic
did
War.
that back in
we
the.
did that
when we
ages
got him.
ago.
Like,
No,
yeah, I
I
couldn't
didn't.
remember if anyone did that.
You know what an HK is?
Yeah, no, we did that already because I remember I rolled a crit on that.
Why does Marani know what an HK?
She was doing all the tech stuff. On the inside of the droid, it said HK.
Marani, well up on the designation meetings of 3,000-year-old droids.
Yeah, well, Marani was doing the transfer. On the inside, there's a little tag that says, "If found, return this HK to Zerka."
Return
gonna-
killer unit to Zerka.
Fly's gonna turn to Red Scared. Go. So, artist formerly known as R2, you're still down to sell out your former body, right?
Yeah.
Doing?
Well,
Yeah,
we're
let's
gonna,
do this.
I'm gonna walk up and put my hand on the unit and said, we're gonna repaint this one back to what he originally looked like and turn him over to the Empire.
Does Zerka still exist?
$1 million question. I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
Could have
I'll-
sworn.
Walk,
Gil,
I
I
will
could've
look that
sworn
up
we already
while you
talked
go
about
on
this.
with things.
walk me through this plan that you have to con Imperial intelligence.
Well, we're gonna put one of the droid brains in it.
Which
It's gonna
droid?
be wiped. We're gonna turn in this unit
Which
for the
droid?
reward.
The wiped HK unit.
An HK unit inside of the R2,
It's the same processor regardless of model.
but it returns it to its base level. They know it's an HK. It was an HK droid.
Nope. I've already wiped it.
Yeah, memory wipe returns a droid to its basic model, so it's a base model HK processor. Gets rid of class levels, but it retains it being an HK model.
Oh, Zerka
was-
does exist apparently still.
I whisper into your ear. What do you think I was?
Apparently, Boba Fett's flamethrower is actually a Zerka model.
But I know from Red Specs if he was actually formerly an HK unit.
Oh, that's interesting. Zerka was also the one supplying the guns to the Kalish during the war at the Huck.
Sovik.
Yep.
Would I know from Red Specs that he was actually an HK unit before?
You would not really. Actually, hang on. What was the exact spec that you found again? Because it's been a while now.
My processor was a modified HK.
Okay, yeah.
Originally?
If he has your specs, that he would know that.
This is a solid plan. We get a payday. We get known by the Empire and on their good side, and we become top
Picture.
tier bounty hunters in one move.
You're, and when they find out, which they will, because they're Imperial intelligence, we will have personally slighted them, and now we're on their shit list. If you insist on doing this, don't do it under our names. Have a backup plan. We got it from someone else. They wiped it already. That way we have plausible deniability.
That was my plan already.
We bought it
That
from
was-
that fat Twi'lek on Tatooine.
I'd be careful about involving him, because he
Yeah, no, we don't know what he reported, so let's not bring him in
Okay,
on it.
that's not working right.
He had known Imperial contacts. You probably don't want to drop that you bought this from the guy who tried to turn you in once already.
we need to be very careful when we're doing this.
Look, all we're gonna tell him is we got the unit. It took out one of our crew. We had to wipe it in the process of getting it.
Well, they wiped it.
They wiped it.
We stole it from someone else. They had wiped it previously. We only realized it might be something they needed after looking at bounty boards and recognizing the droid description.
We got it from Jawas.
Yeah, we got it. We got it from someone.
Yeah.
That point can be changed around, but we didn't do the wipe, because there's no question why we wiped it. And then we got it, looked at it, realized it was set up a lot better than a normal R2, and then recognized the bounty for it.
Yeah.
We don't want to be involved in any of the wiping it, because then we're to blame for where it went. And we just let's be very careful with this.
Fair enough. I still think it's worth the risk if we tell the right story. And if you're more concerned about what story I tell, how about you're the one that talks. You've always been better at that than anyone else in the crew.
Just gonna rub his temples. Fine.
To be fair, you're human.
Be very sure you want to do this. If this backfires, it backfires bad. We're playing Rebel right now. That's fine. We're contractors. We are not under the main fire if the Rebels come down. If we personally trick Imperial intelligence, it's now a matter of pride for them to get back at us.
Good point.
I still think it's worth the risk.
No, he's got a point.
Imperial intelligence, if slighted, they will stop at nothing to get us back.
Same
This
time,
is definitely something we really have to think hard about.
same time, if we do tell the story you framed up, we're not at fault if
Unless they poke holes in it.
Not only that, but I can let you on in a little secret. They don't.
Really?
They will probably try to kill us anyway for having knowledge of the inner workings of myself.
all we knew is it matched the bounty. We don't know details, do we?
Only if you tell me to. That's fine.
I'll go along with what you decide, but just be very certain about this.
If we're going to do this, we absolutely have to be very, very, very certain about exactly what is said.
Please move Ronnie over to the mechanics bay.
Yes, please. The
Just
ship is on autopilot. You do not need to be over there.
Just talking over the intercom. Yeah, guys, that sounds like a great plan. You come over here and talk like the ship's fine.
To be
even
Look,
Ron
I
played
think-
while I was moving.
I think for the reputation of for the bounty itself, and for getting on their good side, I think this is a good idea. As long as you're right, we say exactly what we need to and nothing else.
Sadly, the only other way I can think that would help us make it better is if we somehow manage to bring in an Imperial bounty as well.
This is an Imperial bounty.
This is the
Well,
Imperial.
An
bounty.
additional.
Well, no, that adds more.
I'm about to say that adds more questions than answers.
What we need to do is get this R2 unit looking like it did when we first met. We can't remove anything from it. Get the brain in there,
It doesn't.
and then we leave it alone.
It does not need to be repainted.
It doesn't?
Actually, that's a
white
good point,
and
because there's probably like a designation number certification in there.
It is by default.
Technically, yes.
It is by default a heavily modified and strangely modified R2.
Oh,
We know
so
the
need to
people
look-
where we took this from. We're on the up and up, and it's very oddly modified.
Yeah.
We can go in not even being sure, with wanting them to take a look at it, thinking we might have something for them.
That actually would probably be good.
That works better.
There are certainly ways to push the bounty hunter angle, but you'd have to be very careful about
Execution.
explaining how you came across it, because like Flux said, you'd basically, if you want to do this safely, have to explain, look, we found it the way it is.
We'd have to cross our I's and dot our T's.
Yeah.
Wait,
Not the original plan to say is in the process of getting it, one of our crew died. Essentially saying that this cost us something already.
I don't remember
that seems a
Last time
little
we
bit
talked about
out
it, but
there.
yeah.
Just-
I don't remember. I could have sworn that was, but never mind.
At that point, we're adding more complications.
I
to the law.
try to
Yeah.
keep as much truth as possible.
Fair enough.
Minor embellishments or omissions, that we can work with. Outright saying we lost a crew member, that adds a level of complication we really can't afford.
Fair enough. But if since there's some hesitancy here, if we're gonna do this, let's be sure.
Yeah, it sounds like to cut through the mustard, as it were. Your two options for a story are plead as much ignorance as possible, or claim that you grabbed it off of somebody else for the bounty because you recognized it somehow, by chance or by design. You found it in its current state off of somebody else, or just claim ignorance, like you just found it in a junk heap or something.
Look, we can put the truth to this as much as we want. We found this. We were kidnapped by pirates.
That
We
is
found the
true.
droid. We found the droid during our escape. We know where the pirate base is if they want us to provide receipts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
If-
that is
If
actually
you
the best
want to
way.
play the bounty angle, say that you recognize that this droid might have a possible bounty on it, and then followed up on it, and now here you are.
Yeah, we inspected it. It was a lot better modified than an R2. A lot of weird things done to it. and then it ticked off our sensors, thinking it might be the bounty.
So, for the record, does Red have a public bounty?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, one of us recognizes
That-
the
Yes,
public
that was
bounty.
one of the bounties you picked up on
Tatooine.
no, not, I think it was one of the ones on Narsadal you picked up.
So it's not a secret bounty. It's a known bounty.
Yeah, it is a known bounty that the Empire is looking for a
Heavily
a
modified.
heavily modified suspected dangerous droid.
I think the pirate base is the best story. We broke out, found this R2 unit in storage, and we found it as it was.
Which is as true as you can get without actually lying.
Actually, none of that is a lie technically.
Pirates grabbed you, bit off more than they could chew.
By
When
chance,
you
our
came
escape
to,
crew
you
happened to
fought
include
your
this
way
one.
out and recognized that this droid was more than meets the eye, and checked the bounty boards, and boom, here you are.
But I want us all to, unlike the speeder, which
Not
I
for
kind
nothing, you just happen to find a droid like this. Like, there's even if it wasn't a heavily modified Imperial droid, a droid this decked out, if it's just missing somewhere, probably has a recovery bounty somewhere.
Jin R2, on their date and their timestamps of when the last memory wipe was done.
Are there?
I actually don't know that.
Like, it would not help us if there are, but it sounds like in lore there probably would be, considering it's a routine operation. Be like, hey, you've reached a year. You should probably memory wipe this droid.
Okay, give me just a sec.
And if there is such a thing, is there a way to like modify it so it's like earlier?
The Wikipedia.
or modify the HK brain. We're gonna slide in. Boom. I was kind of hoping we would get back to the Rebel base before we quit tonight, but this discussion's taking up time.
Sentient individuals could also undergo memory wipe. Could you use a memory wipe unit on a person?
Really?
If I read that correctly?
So Red rolled a 35 to basically modify the memory wipe to make it match the dates.
Yep.
Is that even possible?
If it's possible, I just did it.
Apparently, memory wipes only became commonplace around 200 BBY.
Been a lot of droids walking around. That...
After this C-3PO and R2 unit ran around lying to everyone during the Old Republic times.
No. C-3PO and R2 did get wiped a couple times.
It's a
Okay, yeah. Wikipedia, even on Legends, there is no official thing about how frequently memory wipes have to happen. So it does seem to just be sort of a policy variance, as it mentions, like, not everyone would say wipe the memory of their ships. The New Republic, however, did. Luke didn't. But it was standard practice to, like, every month wipe the ship memory or something.
Well,
But that was a specific thing for them. So it sounds like it depends on who's doing the memory wipes.
So
Everyone has their own personal preference.
Then for all we know,
with Red's knowledge of himself, then with that 35, if we're not doing a timestamp, can he try to modify the other HK to look as genuine as possible?
Yeah, it's already been wiped. And again, just there's no timestamps. They don't know exactly when the wipe had happened. So yeah, he could definitely modify it. The only way they'd ever have any reason to suspect anything was up would be, I guess, to do like a deep fucking look at the actual like makeup of the processor and see that it's an older design. Because unfortunately, that's just something you can't get around. That is a 3,000-year-old processor. It probably does not look like a modern day processor at a surface level.
Which means it's probably going to have
But
to be...
again, technology in Star Wars moves so slowly that a cursory look probably wouldn't give it away.
Well, not only that, but my processor was based on that design anyway.
Right, and unless they happen to have the exact things on hand to double check what it's supposed to look like. There shouldn't be anything there that would raise any red flags unless you got like an actual designer in on it.
And
I think we're good
with
to
the
do this.
Empire, technically speaking, they're probably aren't that smart.
There's almost a good chance that whoever designed you has already been shot for the failure of you getting away.
Exactly.
It's just about getting you out of the circulation because you might be dangerous.
Might be.
You saw what happened during our prison break, right?
Yeah, all right. I think we're good.
Actually, no, we didn't. R2 killed everyone off screen. He didn't do
Yeah.
jack shit when he was with us.
Yeah, you just
I
found me
think we're-
chilling with dead bodies.
I think, Gil, with all we've done now, I think we're good to do this. What are you? Have we? We're telling mostly truths. We're only lying by mission.
I call for a vote.
That's the Jedi way.
I call for
You would go, fuck you.
I call for a vote. I'm going to vote no, but I'll go with the party.
I vote yes.
I say yes.
Oh boy.
I need to get them off my back.
I vote. Roger, can you give me advice?
Have you named the battle droid? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Don't talk to them. It's not good for their processors.
Roger,
Ronnie!
as you have now named him, looks at you for a moment, surprised at suddenly getting a name out of nowhere, and it just says, "I don't know. It seems like an okay plan, but seems
Okay.
flimsy."
Okay, we're memory wiping this fucker right after we're done.
No, sir. I like King Roger. Roger.
Disappointed B1 noises. Oh.
Until we can solidify this, absolutely,
Should have been quiet, like your B2 brother.
I'm going to say
No, when you say that, I want a perception check from everybody.
Okay.
Just
Gary,
singing,
we've done
just
all
singing
we
songs out in
can.
the cargo bay.
Carrie, for the record, there is probably, besides hand making another red processor like he is, there's nothing else we can do to
Just
make
down
it.
the cargo bay, we hear Daisy, Daisy.
Okay, everyone but Rodney and Bly hear a deep, menacing, digitized.
Okay, we're wiping both of these doors.
He's laughing. He's laughing at what you said.
what?
B2, it shouldn't even hear from there. Wiping these doors.
Ronnie, for the record, we have done everything we can besides custom making another chip just like Red's, which is probably not in the cards.
Or just tossing them in a trash heap and not going into this.
Actually, if he's in a trash heap, we could theoretically then get plausible deniability that way.
Have plausible deniability with the
There are
title.
no plausible deniability. I just don't think this is worth the risk. The innate risk to it.
I vote.
Next time.
I'm grabbing a coin.
Yes, dude, make a decision. Don't make it luck. Make a decision.
If you don't give a fuck, just abstain and just let it be a pass.
Roleplay, my dude.
Yeah, role play this.
I
You're a friend of Red, and Red
abstain.
wants it done.
Yeah. Just roleplay this and do what Marani would do. What would Marani
Ronnie's
do?
friend in this room is Red, and Red wants it done. Keep that in mind.
He is red now.
I vote yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yes, it is.
Gil.
No, that's fine. We need to drop off all this stuff, make our ship look spick and span, and then we can turn in the valley.
Right?
It's just that pretty much a lot of what Gil said made a lot of sense.
It did.
It did, but
There's also the fact that I really need to get them off my back.
right. Well, let's get to the rebels. Get offloaded. Get those war droids sold off to whoever we can, and then
And wipe these two.
On it.
I don't
Wait.
know. Red now
Why
can
is Roger got
probably
to get
force.
wiped?
Yeah, no. Red's in an HK unit. He can force the other two to get wiped. You don't need
Wait, why does Roger need to get wiped?
because he responded to Ross.
He offered an informed opinion.
Yeah.
It's not what a B. That's not what a B1's supposed to do. He's
Okay.
there to hold a gun.
So, okay, then you're gonna have to do that. to
And he
B.
wants to wipe the B2 because it laughed at the comment
Yeah.
that he should have stayed quiet like the
That's
B2.
why the menacing laugh worries me a little bit.
Well, it's because B2s are designed to have a deep menacing voice chip, so they can only basically make deep menacing noises.
But the
But
laughing
it was essentially it laughing at the idea that it was the superior droid.
we don't need that.
It was the
innately-
laughter of smugness.
Yeah, it's a B2. It should innately think it's the superior droid to the B1.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
that's
it
the
was just
tactical
being
droid.
smug. Like, yes, I am better. Ha ha ha.
All right.
I'm pretty sure that would be the tactical droid as opposed to the super tax.
Do we have time to do the rebel stuff, or we want to stop here? Hello? Did I go away? What?
I pulled up Imperial Intelligence. I'm like, who are we fucking with? And we got one dude who looks like he's like the spy master to kings. Oh, he's actually a sorcerer. He worked with the sorcerers of Rand. Or we've got Isard, who is not a good character in lore to mess with.
Yeah. I will point out for the unofficial out of character record, Imperial Intelligence is essentially broken up into a couple of different competing branches. There's Compnor, which is basically the propaganda machine and the ones who do like all the internal stuff. There's Imperial Internal Affairs, who are what the name says on the tin, and then there's technically the Inquisition is also Imperial Intelligence.
Isn't the Inquisition more concerned about Jedis?
Yes, but they're also brought in to be the intelligence agency that oversees intelligence. They are basically the super Gestapo. And all of them are technically under the Emperor's hand and the order of the Emperor.
I seriously doubt we're going to be meeting any of these people.
I know.
But
I just
There's
want to
no
impress
reason.
these are the people getting the reports at the end of the day about what happened.
I just want to impress upon you who we're fucking with.
We've already voted. Fucking flux.
Yeah, no.
I'm just saying, there's a difference if the up the chain is Shocker and what up the chain is Kingpin.
Yeah.
This is true.
All right, we're gonna run this
However,
up the chain, and then you just see Doom. Well, that's displeasing to Doom.
All the way up the chain, it's Doom. Okay, maybe we don't want to fuck with him.
Oh, fuck off. Doom would have no way to know what we did. He only knows Doom code.
Yeah, Doom doesn't know any other codes.
Doom would be the best option. Well, Doom has no idea what any of this
He knows
means.
the coding language.
The physical, it looks like the same thing. Reward them.
all right. So Sovik, am I just taking the HK 24 stats for strength and
So
Okay.
you'd get all the physical stats.
okay?
And he keeps all the mental?
But
Oh, yeah,
currently, currently you have all of his equipment and everything else. And
Okay.
With the money we have, that's easy enough to get back.
And
Wait,
we're going
did you say I have it or don't have it?
you do. You have all of HK25's onboard equipment.
Okay.
So you have the better vocabulator and all that.
How many languages does the vocabulator carry?
Those same ones Red did.
Oh,
Anything based on a mental stat transfers. That
Yep.
includes Red's knowledge of the languages. But now he can learn new languages easier.
By 5.
Yeah. Just a DC 5 now for him to learn a language when he hears it.
Where is my?
I don't think there's enough time to do the rebel
Whoops.
stuff now.
Yeah, no, we're probably not going to do Dantooine today, which is fine.
And we
We
had
got
a
an
good
upgraded
like
spear. We agreed on a plan of what to do after Dantooine. I think we're good.
It works out. I kind of planned on this ending just before we got to Dantooine anyway. If everything went to time the way I thought it would, so.
All right, I'm going to classify myself as CD20,
CD20.
keeping myself as a my D20, and just changing myself to be a protocol droid.
But are you a CD20R or CD20RW?
I want to hurt you, but
Oh God! It took me a second to get the.
I mean, no one's had to see a box of CDs in forever, so I mean,
Yeah, it took. That's why
I
it took me a
got it
second.
instantly, and I hate you for
No,
that.
yeah, I got it. I got it right away, and I had to rub my eyes from just how painful of a pun that was.
you invite them upon yourself with your droid names half the time, though.
Hey, it's
Yeah,
better than my
It's better than ID10T.
yes, ID10T. I was trying to remember. Wait, how did that designation go again?
ID10T.
I will
Yes.
say when I was
ID
planning I will say when I was planning to do the droid, it's really easy to make ID and T work for a droid name.
for the record, with this this plan, we will be getting a payday of 41,666 credits each. That includes the ship upkeep and the ship upgrade.
We should probably hold off until we get those credits in our hands.
I know. I just thought I'd do the math since I didn't know we were splitting everything 6 ways now.
Okay, let's see.
If we decide not to split it with the ship and the upkeep costs, it's
I got so much
significantly
stuff to
more
edit.
each. Well, we had a good discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got outvoted, but we got a good discussion.
Show my droid stats.
I almost named a man Bell South until I realized, wait, that's a dumb name. That's a company.
And our ship is now as armed as it was the previous one,
Yep.
if not a little bit better. There's a gun the pilot can use. A co-pilot can do a missile, and I man the heavy gunners as the gunner.
Mm-hmm.
So unless if the pilot's not doing anything pilot related, he has something he can do.
Uh-oh.
No.
What is a?
Also, I believe the co-pilot can also use the laser cannon.
My droid system's disappeared. No,
You got hands now. It's gonna take a while to get used to that.
no, my whole droid system's
We could actually
table
give
on
you
one of my
guns
character
now.
sheets went bye-bye. Oh well. I don't need that anymore anyway, I guess.
I mean, keep in mind all the specialty modifications are still in your other body.
Yes, I know this.
You have to rebuy those.
Oh, that is. I've never seen that particular drop transport for the AT-ATs before. That is a dumb transport.
Oh, did you find?
I just now saw it in tabletop that Flux posted.
But no, the some of the items are coming over, like the blue blaster pistol.
Oh no, your weapons are fine, but I mean, like, if
No,
you
I
remove
just-
any
My
part,
box,
it looks
my
fit.
droid system part, my droid system's text box. I accidentally cleared it,
Okay.
and then I thought, wait, no, I don't even need that anyway.
Now we just need to get some skin, slather it over you, and you can pass as a human.
Can we please not do XJK's?
Let's go
skin
back.
suit?
Let's go back to Manan and get some Cellcat flesh.
Oh.
Why
you're,
are you
You're turning into a
obsessed with
Necron fleshed one.
Why are you obsessed with skinning a Cellcath?
I told you, Mio. My character secretly eats brains, and I'm working it in now.
All right, so
I was joking.
I am now level 4. My half level should be 2, not 5. Why is it still 5?
Why is your half level 5?
I
think
don't
it's just some
know.
things he needs to fix.
No, your half level. If you go to level 4, your half level is still 2.
I know this. I'm trying to figure out why the half level stuck.
Why would it be stuck?
Because
Going-
it's stuck.
The character sheet doesn't modify everything. Like, I know when I leveled up, I had to train and untrain all my skills to have it update the modifiers.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're having to update anything though. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Oh yeah, that is weird because at 5 it should still be 2 as well, regardless.
Yeah,
Both 4
5 and 4 it's 2.
Yeah.
Again, I'm switching the character sheet over to a
Oh,
different character sheet, and it's a little bugged.
Okay. Keep
Okay,
it
I
on
thought you were gonna modify your sheet. Never mind.
Okay, yeah. I thought there was a different transport.
Yeah, there's like one that's like a giant box, but
Yeah, that's the one I'm familiar with because they use that one in Empire at War where you drop down your heavy vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but apparently the one I linked is from one of the cartoons.
Yeah, it looks like Rebels.
It looks like either Rebels or Clone Wars. Weirdly.
Super late Clone Wars though, if it's got AT-ATs.
Yeah.
Technically, AT-ATs aren't supposed to exist until like literally the time of the rebellion. So
It's probably Rebels.
because they were considered a new weapon during the early years of the rebellion. Because
Yeah, apparently the one I linked is the AT-36s, which were deployed on Lothal.
Yeah.
So the rebel stuff. Hey, we've got these cool new camel things. What do? They kill aliens really good.
Well, I'm gonna head on out. Good night,
All right.
everybody.
See you, Carrie. Have a good night.